Herzegovina and has moved on to the next round of the World Cup.
Well, that was fun. Nice celebration for the Americans last night. It was, I hesitate when I said fun. It was frustrating. I remember saying last night, this is why some people think soccer sucks. Watching the offsides, goals being called back, a red card, and you're like, what was that all about? And we're Googling, what's this mean? Find out that he's not going to get to play in the next game. And I'm like, well, there's got to be an appeals process, right? I mean, when there's something so wrong, there's got to be a way to fix this, right? I mean, that's what we do in sports. We fix things. That's why we have instant replay. That's why they have the VAR. Fix things.
Well, according to VAR, that was when they determined that it should have been a red card because they didn't even give a yellow to begin with. Most of the time when you get a red card, it's upgraded from a yellow to a red. They may see something so egregious right away that they'll give a red, but in most cases you see a yellow, they review it, and then they upgrade it to a red. In this case, there was no yellow to begin with, and they went straight to red.
Do you know that Balogun could be suspended for more?
Didn't know that. I thought it was limited, not necessarily limited, but he's already been out for a half of this game pretty much. And then second half of this game, he's going to be out for the entire game next game. So that's enough in itself.
Yeah. So FIFA can look at this, which if they're going to look at it and they can add to the suspension, they ought to be able to look at it and go, wait, this dude missed it. That was incident. That was just an accident. He wasn't trying to do that. But they suspended somebody 5 games.
Yeah,
after a red card. It's a similar situation.
They don't necessarily go by intent either. And that it seems to be a theme of sports altogether. Even though they're reviewing something and they can see whether there's intent or something that's malicious, they don't go on intent. They just go on, this is what happens, it applies to the rule, and that's how we see it.
You know, watching this, you realize how physical soccer is, and all the pulling, the grabbing of the jerseys, the pushing. I mean, yesterday I watched a guy get pushed out of bounds with the ball, and they gave it to the other team because he knocked it out of bounds, but he got pushed out of bounds. They let that go, and a guy comes down on the guy's ankle, and you're ejected. It makes no sense to me. You can't explain this to me. You can try, but it makes zero sense. When I'm watching soccer and how physical it is, bodies colliding, checks going on everywhere, and they're letting it go, not a big deal. Two guys jump for a ball, comes down on his foot, ejected from the game, missed the next game. That's stupid. It's stupid.
You see it in all sports, though. You see missed calls all the time. You see physical play that they let go at some points during a game, and then you see physical play that they say, okay, well, that deems a foul or a personal foul in football, whatever the case may be. It happens across all sports.
But there should be a way to fix it. When you get it wrong, fix it. And that's the disappointing thing. You know, this is
and to say they played with 10 most of that time for probably a 25, 30-minute stretch. That was really impressive. And then they had shots on goal and had opportunities to add to the score.
Yeah. No, they played well without him. That was awesome. I would say arguably this is the biggest game in United States soccer coming up next. What they have a chance to build by hosting the World Cup and to move forward, American soccer, it's a huge opportunity, and it's a shame that they're not going to have their leading scorer. Not to say they can't win without him, because they played 30 minutes without him, but it's such an important time, and I think we can put to rest. There was the talk of how the Americans got a very nice group, a draw. They were getting some favoritism for hosting the World Cup. They were taking care of the Americans, hoping to keep them around as long as possible.
Well, that's a normal thing, though, for host countries. They do try to see, have the home fans see their team succeed. So in this case, you have 3 host countries, U.S., Mexico, Canada, and they've all advanced on.
Yeah. How about that? This is what it sounded like last night, by the way.
Potential game-changing moment.
After review, The number 20 United States committee serious foul.
Yeah, it's going to be a red card.
The final decision is red card.
Wow.
I mean, he's bewildered and shocked.
Is it the right call?
I don't think it's the right call. I don't think, and this is me being unbiased.
There you go. It was crazy. It was a crazy moment last night for Balogun and the Americans. But like I said, playing with 10, I thought they were going to be in trouble. Honestly, I could see it going the other way. And therefore, before he got ejected, the Americans dominated the ball.
He's the best player on the field.
They were in control of the ball, just peppering the goal. I mean, it was pretty entertaining to watch. And then when he left, Belgium, I mean, they just took over. And they had not Belgium, but Bosnia, Herzegovina. They took over the ball in the possession. It was just one after another. American goalie had a couple easy saves, but you're just like, all right, they're going to just keep coming, and they're going to get that tying goal, and who knows what happens after that.
You could probably see a team that's not as strong as Bosnia that in that same situation, you're playing with an advantage. You have an additional player compared to that team. You could see the team that's not the strongest team in the field. You could see them kind of being more aggressive in that situation, just because they have numbers now.
Yeah, it was. I guess a blessing it happened against a weaker team that the Americans could handle instead of next week when it's going to be a much more difficult. How about the comeback though by Belgium last night?
That was big. It was huge for them.
They were down 2-0 to Senegal. I wrote it off
and scored late
3 times. I wrote them off. I was like, all right, well, it's going to be Senegal, red hot Senegal team that's playing really good apparently, and the Americans if they can pull this off. Here's the coach. No, this is Tillman who scored the second goal. Man, what an incredible kick that was.
Been a lot of thoughts, to be honest. Now, of course, I practice it in training, and then you never know when it's gonna happen. But luckily today it happened, and now I was ready for it. I felt confident, and now happy I went in.
I know you're taking in all of this fan support, the fact that your group is moving on, and you did it shorthanded for most of the second half. Describe the fight from your team.
No, I think it shows our character. We said it before a lot of times. We're always there for each other, no matter what. And I think this today showed it as well.
You know who you're playing next. You got a date against Belgium Monday night. What do you work on between now and then?
We have to enjoy this moment now, and then of course we want to go as far as possible, and it won't be an easy game, but now we will analyze them, we will analyze our game, and hopefully we keep going.
Malik Tillman after the big goal late in the second half.
That was huge. It was huge. Anytime you can add to a 1-0 lead and late in that second half, that's big, because that's one of those that it's so hard to come back from. Now, we just saw that there was a comeback down 2-0, but that's in most cases hard to overcome.
And the Americans keep scoring goals in piles. You look at it, they've scored 2 in every match so far. At least 2 in every match. So if they can keep that up, got a chance.
Under hit last night too, though, because it was 3.5.
That's right, 2-0. Yeah. There was a lot of action last night. 501 says, Wes, it was straight up boring. Man, I'm sorry you feel that way. I thought last night was pretty entertaining. When you consider there were 4 goals scored, 2 of them were wiped off the board because of offsides from the Americans. The first one, Joe, I get. I saw it. It was it was pretty obvious. Replay showed it too. The second one, I don't like that call. When you have a shot on goal, remember we were talking about yesterday the rebound. Go get the rebound.
Yeah,
I think that's when offside should be wiped off. When there's a shot on goal and that ball's loose, you ought to be able to go and just get it. It doesn't matter where you're standing. I didn't like that. That was disappointing too. But that is, I was at Luce again last night. We were watching it, and it's just you can see the fan, the casual fan that's trying to pick up on soccer, the frustration. That's the frustration part of it right there. You finally see a goal, and then it's wiped off. You're like, what? And then throw the red card on it. It was
it becomes a learning and a teaching moment. You can learn something from it.
Yeah, you hope they learn something.
No, I'm saying for people that are trying to get into it and understand it. So
that's what I'm saying. You hope they learn from it, but it becomes frustrating, and it just builds to their frustration. Like, this is why I don't watch it. This is why I don't like soccer. What are we doing? 501 says European teams scored the winning goal on the 86th minute over, I believe, the African teams, if I'm saying that correct. 3 of them at the 86th minute. Oh, you're talking about Belgium and Senegal.
Mm-hmm. But it sounds like they're saying this happened in multiple matches. But that did happen.
All I know, when I left here and I saw the score, I got busy doing some other work, and I didn't worry about the game because it was 2-0. And then I see they score, and then the next tweet I saw was, oh, no, not like this. I'm like, I better turn it on. And sure enough, right when I turned it on, it was 2-2, and then they lose it 3-2. And it was just bam, bam, bam.
England, they won in the same way. Yeah. They were down.
Came back.
They scored, 2 goals late.
I got see now what he's saying. Are we without our best striker for the whole game for Monday's game? Yes.
Yes.
Done. So is there a good replacement?
They got some good pieces there, but the way he's been playing throughout this tournament, don't think you can just plug somebody in to say they're going to give you the same thing that he's been given, because he's been outstanding.
Mm-hmm. Need Pulisic to step up, be the guy.
More than him.
Yeah.
You need a lot more. Malik Tillman, if he can give you something else. Any of the players that, especially whoever gets into the starting lineup, they need to turn it on.
Hell of a story if they're able to win this game without him and then get him back for the next round.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That would be cool.
And you mentioned that this may be biggest in U.S. history. Now, they have gotten to quarterfinals before. So to get to past where they've gotten all time, they need to win too.
I think just the hype, though, of hosting and having more people watching than ever before, and having a program that's better than it's been in the past, to build on that, I think it's huge. To have another week of U.S. soccer and people paying, because there are going to be fans, that it's over. If U.S. loses Monday, it's over. They won't even pay attention to the rest of it and see how it finishes.
We see what the crowds have been like, though. There are some diehards out there. Soccer has its diehard, hardcore fan base. There's a lot of people that are coming on board now, but there are plenty of diehards out there. We see with the watch parties that are taking place all across the country, not just at the sites where they're playing, but all across the country. We see people at watch parties. There's some diehard fans out there.
Mm-hmm. Watching the USA in the World Cup has been fun, but the way they run the clock in soccer drives me insane, especially how inconsistent the additional time is. Yeah, that's always been a gripe with some fans, because it's different in soccer than any other
sport.
That's
what it is. It's different. So you don't like something that's different.
I don't like I think it's easy for the water timeouts. Just stop the clock. There's no need. Just stop it. I mean, and then we'll take back up in the 26th minute or whatever it is. That's a time where you can stop it, because it is an actual stoppage. I get it when the other guys are laying on the ground, or you're lining up for this or that or after, or go whatever. I get that, and you have the additional time added. But this is a timeout. Literally, it is a timeout, so stop the time. That's weird to me. There you go, Wes. What is this? Oh, it's the graphic for the guy that was talking about the comebacks. Yeah, we had 3 of them. And I don't know the flags. Like the one you were talking about with England, Harry Kane scoring in the, 86th. They scored in the 75th and 86th minutes to come back and win. And then here's another comeback. They scored the 86th minute to win that game. And then the third one is the Senegal, and they scored in the 86th minute. So that's 3 goals in the 86th minute by European teams.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Norway and Ivory Coast. That's the first one.
Okay.
Don't know who England. DR.
Yep.
DR Congo.
Yep.
And then Belgium, Senegal.
The one yesterday. Oh, that's great info. It's excitement right there, right? 86-minute scoring.
Big time coincidence
right
across the board.
Yeah. All right. What do we got today? We have Stephen Davis, the voice of the Arkansas Travelers. They're on the road, so he is calling in. We'll talk about a couple of Travelers that were named to the Major League Baseball Futures All-Star Game. Pretty cool to be able to play in that and to get that kind of exposure. Man, that's awesome for two pitchers that have been outstanding all season. At 2:10, we got Richard Davenport. We got to talk a little basketball recruiting with him and some football recruiting. Got another commitment yesterday, a cornerback out of Georgia, and set on it was down between Georgia, Wake Forest, and Arkansas. He chose Arkansas. And got to ask him about the Caleb Aruja. I listened to a podcast today, and I learned how to say his name. Remember, it's spelled Ourigou, and it was like Arujo, and I was nowhere close. Arujo. I was like, okay.
So that's what it is, Arujo?
Arujo. It's the G is like a J, and the O-U-R at the beginning was like A-R-R, Arujo. So we'll ask him about Caleb Arujo, where he is, is there a decision? Is there something coming down the pipeline? I know he's visited BYU, Arkansas, Kentucky, I think UConn. I mean, he has offers from everybody, but he went on a quick little tour around all these colleges, with Arkansas being the last one Saturday. And we'll see if he's got any news on him. 2:30, Neil Atkinson. Since we're off tomorrow, we're going to get him on today, talk about some of the promotions at Bet Saracen. And we have Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com, at 3:30 today. And we'll talk to him about some of the SEC teams' over-under win totals for the season. Those are out. Got through about 5 of them last week, I want to say. I wrote them down so we would ask about some new ones. We talked about Tennessee, Texas, Arkansas, Auburn, Alabama, and Mississippi State last week. So we'll get his thoughts on some of the over-under totals. We are just getting started. We'll take some phone calls. I'll be checking the Middleton Heat and Air text line throughout the day. Don't forget about the Arkansas Best Chevy Dealers live fan feedback. If you're watching on 1037thebuzz.com or on the app, hit that live fan feedback button and get in touch with us. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Pat Bradley joins Morning Mayhem each week, presented by Bath Fitters. Get the tub or shower you deserve with no gimmicks, just real savings. Check them out at bathfitterlittlerock.com.
This is SportsCenter.
The United States advanced to the round of 16 in the World Cup last night after beating Bosnia and Herzegovina. Florian Balogun scored first for the U.S., but later received a controversial red card, so he will miss the next game. And Malik Tillman put the game to bed with a late free kick goal to give the U.S. a 2-0 win. They advanced to take on Belgium, who beat Senegal yesterday. Belgium was down 2-0 in the 85th minute and got 2 goals in 3 minutes to send the game to extra time. They converted a late penalty kick at the end of extra time to advance with a 3-2 win. Belgium and USA face off on Monday night at 7. And England needed late-game heroics from Harry Kane to take down the Democratic Republic of Congo. He got goals in the 75th and 86th minute to give England a 2-1 win. They advanced to face Mexico in the round of 16. And in today's matchups, we'll see Spain take on Austria, Portugal versus Croatia, and Switzerland against Algeria. I'm Moose with the Buzz Radio Network.
It's Justin Acri for CertaPro Painters, and when it comes to your home, you want it done right. That's why homeowners trust CertaPro Painters for professional painting and a worry-free process from start to finish. Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with $250 off projects of $2,500 or more when you schedule by July 10th. From free estimates and reliable communication to quality craftsmanship at the right price. CertaPro Painters takes pride in exceeding expectations. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Attention.
If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bell & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bell & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bell & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Hey, it's David Bowser for my good friends at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville, celebrating 50 years in business. Now is the time to start planning for your new pool. It's a huge investment, and having a company that you can trust is crucial. Owners Jeremy and Shane Lawson build the pools themselves, so they will know every inch of your new pool. Luxury Pool and Spa is also your Central Arkansas headquarters for chemicals, and they have great rebates going on now for Pool Life and Bacchus Hill Pool Chemicals. Just bring in a water sample, and the trained professionals at Luxury Pool and Spa will ensure that your pool has the proper chemicals needed. Luxury Pool and Spa is also the proud dealer of Polywood Outdoor Furniture with Climate Tough and a 20-year warranty. They also carry Pentair pool equipment, pool toys, and the Big Green Eggs. It's the perfect time to turn your backyard into your everyday oasis this summer with Luxury Pool and Spa, celebrating 50 years in business. Take it from a happy customer, they are the best. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. Check them out online at luxurypoolarkansas.com.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
It's yours. Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? It's yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Whose world is this? The world is yours. The world is yours. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. I sip the Dom Peak, watching Gandhi till I'm charged and writing in my book of rhymes. All the words past the margin. The whole of mic I'm throbbing. Mechanical movement, understandable smooth that murderers move with. The thief's theme. Play me at night, they won't act right. The fiend of hip hop has got me stuck like a crack pipe. The mind activation, react like I'm facing time like Pappy Mason. With pins I'm embracing, wipe the sweat off my dome, spit the phlegm on the streets. Suede Tim's on my feet.
Back at it. It's Out of Bounds. Westmore, Joe Franklin. Let's talk a little bit about the Travs. They are on the road. Stephen Davis, the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, joins us now. What's up, Stephen? How are you?
I'm good, Wes. How are you guys doing today?
Outstanding,
Great.
man. It's our Friday.
Well, yeah, you guys were in the corporate world there. You get the holiday off. Some of us are working all weekend.
Yeah, it'll be a busy weekend for you, I'm sure.
Yeah, I had a guy today. He goes, "Hey, you got big plans for the 4th?" And I'm like, "No, not really. Kind of a normal weekend for me." So.
It looked like the Travs were hitting balls out of the park left and right last night.
Yeah, well, not last night. 2 nights ago, hit 4 homers, but gave up 5. Still found a way to win the game 8-7. Then last night, one of the strangest games I've ever seen. Travs go up 4-0 through 5 innings. You feel pretty good about the situation. And Springfield, and I'll give them credit, they've got a bunch of new guys in their lineup from when we saw them a couple months ago. They've got 4 or 5 new guys that have joined them in the last 2 weeks, and they're all young and all really confident at the plate, and they're hitting the ball out of the ballpark. They hit a couple 2-run homers, got it tied. Travs were really kind of fortunate just to get it to extra innings last night, got it to extra innings, and then Springfield gifted the Travs 4 runs in the top of the 10th inning last night. We're talking 4 runs without a hit in the 10th inning last night. 4 walks, 2 hit batters, all the runs scored with 2 out, and you're like, okay, it's 8-4. You know, even with the automatic runner, this is going to finish good for the Travs. But here came Springfield again, 2-run homer to open the inning off the automatic runner. And then things spiraled from there, and next thing you know, Cardinals are celebrating a walk-off win last night. Jeez. So tough finish last night for the Travs, but it's been two really fun, competitive games to open this series. We'll see what tonight and then the last three of the series bring this week.
How about the Travs, the two Travs, headed to the Futures All-Star game? That had to be a pretty cool moment when those guys learned about the honor.
Yeah, it's awesome for those guys. You know, we're fortunate with the way the Mariners system is and how much talent they've had. We've had basically one guy who's a current Traveler go to the Futures game every year. Last year it was Lázaro Montes. He had just joined us, but got to go to the Futures game wearing all his Travs hat and batting helmet. And now we get two guys this year that have been with us all year. So Kata Anderson, Ryan Sloan, the two talented pitchers who have started on Fridays and Saturdays this year for the Travs, going to the Futures game. They actually found out a couple weeks ago, and the announcement wasn't until yesterday. So they've had some time to plan travel for themselves and their family to get everybody that they want to have there. So really cool experience. Everybody that's done it says it's just awesome. It's kind of a mini version of the Big League All-Star game. You're there before the Big League All-Stars, so you don't necessarily get to mingle with those guys, but you still get to hang out around the setting for the All-Star game. You're there in Philadelphia. They treat you like a Big League All-Star. And then they've got the ball game where they get to go out and show their stuff. And I think I saw a stat, 88% of the guys who have played in the Futures game over the years have played in the major leagues, and 22% of the guys who have played in the Futures game have gone on to be a Major League All-Star then. Oh, wow. So obviously they're pretty good at identifying the talent they want to have in this game. So really cool honor. No organization had more than two guys, and I think those two for the Travs are going to be prominently featured. It wouldn't surprise me if they both work a very solid inning or however long they're asked to throw in that game.
Stephen, we spoke a couple of weeks ago as first half of the season was ending, and now you're in the second half. Any differences you see from first half to second half early?
You know, the ball seems to be flying a little more, and I think some of it's the weather. We've seen the ball carry well all season for whatever reason, and second half it's carrying a little more. The difference would be you just got to keep the ball down then if you're pitching for the Travs guys. We've seen a few more homers. Again, in this series, Springfield's got some guys that are going to pop homers, but even a few last week at Dickey Stevens Park that you didn't expect to go out. So I think that'll be something that the Travs pitching staff really focuses on. They've done a great job all year limiting walks, and I think that's going to continue just based on the personnel they have. These guys are pretty good strike throwers. They're going to put it in the zone. If they keep the home run number down, though, I think this pitching staff's going to continue to roll. And then offensively, I'm not seeing any differences. This group continues to swing the bats. They continue to hit. They continue to make adjustments. 2 nights ago, they hit a bunch of home runs, but struggled in situational hitting. Last night, didn't hit any homers, but got 2 sacrifice flies in good situational spots, made some adjustments from the night before. And you put up 8 runs in back-to-back games, you feel pretty good as an offense, and I think this group does, and they don't think there's a pitcher in this league who can keep them down. So I love that about this group offensively for the Travs. They really believe they're going to win the battle over the course of 9 innings every night and be able to put up enough runs to give their team a chance to win.
We're talking with Stephen Davis, voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Stephen, will Ryan Sloan, Kate Anderson, will they miss time with the Travelers?
Yeah, they will. The way it works with the Futures game being on Sunday next weekend, it's All-Stars Sunday right before the Home Run Derby on Monday, and then the game on Tuesday. MLB's done a great job of trying to make it an event for the All-Star game, and it's not like the NBA where they actually have it on a weekend and you can do All-Star weekend. With the All-Star game being on Tuesday, you kind of have to stretch it out. So they found some ways to put some events on the weekend, with the Futures game being one of the jewels of it. Being on Sunday, they've moved the draft to that weekend. It actually starts on Saturday this year. The first 4 rounds will be next Saturday. So that'll be fun to see that on a Saturday now before the Futures game on Sunday. But yeah, because of the travel schedule, those guys will end up missing a little bit of time with the Travs. We don't know exactly for sure how it'll shake out pitching rotation-wise, but because they want those guys to pitch in the Futures game, I would suspect those guys will not pitch regularly as they would have next weekend in Amarillo. So they'll miss some time, but it's right before the All-Star break as well. So really what it does is just jumpstart their All-Star break by a couple days, get them a fun trip to Philadelphia to be part of this great experience, and take part in a nationally televised game in a big league stadium. There's nothing wrong with that to help a guy's development. So it might hurt the Travs a skosh losing those 2 guys for 1 turn in the rotation, but otherwise they'll be back with the Travs presumably coming out of the All-Star break.
Because you're in Double-A, players, draftees, they have to clear a couple of hurdles to get to your level. But do you see after the draft sometimes that you are getting some of these players immediately?
It's really rare to see that immediately. The name that pops to mind in the Texas League was Wyatt Langford out of Florida a couple years ago. He was with Frisco that year after he got drafted. Pitchers, it's tougher. Cade Anderson would have been the kind of guy that could have come to Double-A last season after getting drafted, but he'd thrown so many innings. The Mariners don't like to push guys. Even like Cade threw, I think it was like 130 innings total last year at LSU. So they don't want to push a guy like that. But even guys that threw less innings, they're like, hey, you haven't been throwing for a few weeks. By the time we get you acclimated and ramped up, it's really not worth going to an affiliate. So what the Mariners do pitching-wise generally is they shut down all the guys they draft and just start to indoctrinate them into the Mariners pitching system and go from there with them. But the hitting side, if you get a really advanced college hitter, you could move a guy quickly and start him playing at an affiliate and possibly get him to Double-A, but they have not done that in the past. I wouldn't anticipate it this year with the Mariners drafting down in the 20s in the first round, but as I always like to say, you never know. So things always change in this business. We'll see where it goes from there, but it is exciting to see where those draft guys go and when they start their careers, because some of them are able to get started now with where the draft is and still get some games under their belt at a full season affiliate to end 2026 in this case. So I would doubt anybody comes to Arkansas, but we'll see what the Mariners have planned once they find out who they actually get in the draft coming up here in a couple weeks.
Springfield do something big for July 4th that you get to enjoy?
Well, we're shooting a lot of fireworks. Which, by the way, if folks need to watch the downtown fireworks back in Little Rock, Dickey Stevens Park is the place to go. Free admission to get in on Saturday night for the fireworks. They're going to show the sand lot. Obviously, plenty of seating with all the chairbacks, and the concessions will be open as well. But free admission to get into the ballpark. Best view of the fireworks. Watch the sand lot. Hang out with your family. You don't have to fight for a seat to watch it. So Dickey Stevens to watch the Little Rock fireworks Saturday. But yeah, they're doing post-game fireworks shows here in Springfield Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think they've got a post-game concert Saturday, and they're letting fans on the field to watch the fireworks. So pretty typical American nostalgia. Minor league baseball and fireworks is what they're rocking with here in Springfield, and I've got no problem with that.
What's next week look like for the Travelers?
Next week, we head out to the Panhandle to Amarillo, and it's always a funky week. Well, two reasons it becomes funky next week. It's the back end of a 2-week road trip, which is always tough.
Yeah.
Being on the road for 2 straight weeks is hard on everybody. But you're also going into the All-Star break, so the guys that have made plans to go home, most everybody's going to be trying to fly out of Amarillo Sunday night after a day game so they can go home and enjoy 3-4 days at home with their family and friends. And get that much-needed break before you come back and kick it into gear again the weekend after. So it's a funky week for those 2 reasons, but it's also funky because the ballpark out there in Amarillo is it's a hitter's haven. Hodgetown is the name of it. They play at elevation. They're about 3,500 feet above sea level. It's a smaller ballpark in terms of dimensions. The air is really thin, and the ball carries well, and you've got the wind blowing out almost, I'd say 90% of the time in that stadium, it seems like. So with the heat next week that's expected in Amarillo, I don't know what is going to happen next week. So I don't want to give you a full prediction of what might happen, but I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of runs scored next week one way or another when the Travs play those final 6 before the All-Star break.
Hey, it be beneficial for Cade Sloan, or for, I combined them, Cade Anderson and Ryan Sloan. They don't have to pitch in that little bitty ballpark maybe.
You know what? Those 2 guys could probably handle it. They can pitch well in any ballpark. So if they don't throw, we'll miss them. But it's good for the offense, for the Travs guys to go swing it in that park. I think those guys will have a lot of fun.
Aren't those usually those like getaway days, and especially on this when you're really trying to get away? Aren't those pretty fast games usually?
With the pitch timer that we've got and the way they've ramped it up even more so this year in Double-A in terms of trying to speed the games along and limit mound visits and how long they can be and limit throws over and the timer being only 15 seconds without runners on base. We don't play long games hardly ever. Last night was 10 innings, and there, as we talked about, there was a ton of walks, and it was the longest game of the season in time, and it was 3 hours, 30 minutes. So even on a game like that, you just don't get a 4+ hour game. So quick or not, they're all within about an hour of each other. It's just how it works out. So hopefully everybody makes their flights next Sunday, but we'll worry about that next week.
Hey, it was great to have you on, Stephen. Have you noticed, did you see the Rangers make a move this past week?
I'm correct. A little bit ahead of the Mariners.
Yeah, had a little 6-game winning streak to move into first place I didn't see what the
Long
Mariners,
ways to go in the season.
I know, but it was just nice to have a winning streak for once for the Rangers.
Yeah, as we've talked about seemingly every week, that AL West still seems wide open for everybody except maybe the Angels. And, if one team can string together 2 or 3 of those winning streaks, they're going to be in the driver's seat coming out of the trade deadline or in August and September. So it could be the Rangers. It could be the Mariners. The A's just lost Brent Rooker for the year. That's a big hurt to their lineup, but they've got plenty of guys still. And the Astros are still hanging around, too. I don't know if they can string together 2 or 3 win streaks, but I think any of those teams are feeling like it could be their year still.
Stephen, we appreciate it. Hey, have a great 4th, and we'll talk to you next week.
You guys have a great 4th as well, and Wes and Joe, we will talk to you next week. Sounds good.
Later. Stephen Davis, voice of the Arkansas Travelers, joins us every Wednesday at 2:30, except for when I forget, and then he appears on Thursday at 1:30. Totally blew it yesterday. It was one of those things I was like, it just hit me driving. I was like, oh, my God. We didn't call Stephen Davis yesterday.
Yeah, it's a different week this week. Got a day off at the end.
I guess maybe I'll blame it on that. That or just head cold.
Losing it?
No, I got a little head cold. Been having to take some medicine. A little foggy up there. That's what I'm blaming it on. We'll take a break. We'll come back to your phone call. 661-1037. It is Out of Bounds.
This July, Southland Casino Hotel lights the fuse on a celebration 250 years in the making. And trust us, it's gonna boom. The Red, White, and Boom 100,000 free play giveaway every Saturday night, 5:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. 25,000 free play sparks up each week. Swipe your card for a free entry, then earn more when you hit 250 points. The more you play, the more chances to spark something big. Southland Casino Hotel. Don't miss your chance to light it up every Saturday night in July. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Join the zone each Monday for game balls and jockstraps, brought to you by a Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday, as Justin and Phil give you their game balls and jockstraps on the zone from 10 till 1. It's all brought to you by a Caddy's Touch Landscaping. 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level. And be listening for game balls and jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
When you're vacationing in your RV, there are some things you can always count on. Laying out on a hammock, waking up to birds chirping, and board games with the family.
What? It's not cheating.
Frank, you're scaring the kids.
Oh, come on, guys. We're having fun. It's family time.
With Progressive, your RV is protected 24/7, so you're prepared for whatever you don't see coming.
Technically, it's a loophole.
It's a children's board game. You're a grown man, Frank.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in D.C.
This is Justin Acree. If shoulder or elbow pain is affecting your daily life, the fellowship-trained physicians at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital, UAMS Health, are here to help. They offer advanced care for injuries, arthritis, rotator cuff problems, and more, helping you feel better, move better, and get back to everyday life. Call 501-686-TOSH today to schedule your appointment. That's 501-686-8674. The doctor will see you now.
Is your yard something you'd like to improve and make better? At Caddy's Touch Landscaping, they bring precision and craftsmanship to every project, from drain work that protects your property to retaining walls, decks, and fencing built to last. They also install synthetic turf and custom flower beds for low maintenance, year-round beauty. One team done right the first time. Call 501-794-2770. That's 501-794-2770.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union, your headquarters for auto loans. With TruService, no payments for 60 days and rates starting as low as 3.99 APR on new, used, or refinance your current auto loan. TruService.net for pre-approval. Your auto loan experts.
We all my. Yeah. Come on.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Wes Moore, Joe Franklin. Final segment of our first hour. We got Richard Davenport still to come. Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. Brian Edwards. So we have an open segment here. If you want to join us, 661-1037. In fact, we'll start with Joey. He's in Little Rock. Hey, Joey, what's going on?
Hey, Wes. Hey, Joe. How y'all doing?
Man, it's good.
Man, it's been a busy summer with three boys playing golf, football, everything else in the world going on. I ain't even got a chance to do anything. But, Joe, I kind of called in to talk to you about this Lakers situation. And I've always respected your comments and views on stuff. What do you think about Stephen A. Smith's comments?
Oh, I missed what he had to say. What did he say?
He said the Lakers will never win a championship with three main white players.
Oh, man.
Man.
Yeah. I don't know why he would go there. But
it's just, if it was the other way around, think about it. Yeah. If Wes had said that about three African-American players on a team, would he not just get hell from everybody? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why bring the race card into it? If they can play ball, they can play ball. You know? But
and then you know,
I've never disliked Stephen A., but that just kind of took it over the line for me, man.
Yeah, I mean it's a shot at Lakers because like he could if that's the way he feels, he could say that same statement about any team out there, but he's specifically targeting Lakers in this sense. Because
they didn't try to trade. They didn't trade LeBron. They didn't say, LeBron, we don't want you anymore. He decided he didn't want to be there anymore.
But Joey, I'm sure
they just went out.
I'm sure he probably talked about the standards there in L.A. They're about winning championships. This is where you go to win championships, and it was more of a shot at them. But yeah, I get the statement. Yeah. I get why you're thinking about what he had to say.
They're signing the best players. Like, sign Luka, who is he's made first team All NBA since he's been in the league. Austin's, he's done his part. They signed him for a reason, and then they went and got a big man who just happened to be white. It just really rubbed me the wrong way. But, I don't know if they can. They're still going to need some pieces. I'm still ready to see where LeBron's going. Where do you think he's going to end up? With Golden State or where?
It seems like it. If they can get it all together, that's what it seems like the move will be. But wouldn't be surprised to see him paired up with Giannis. But also, you got to keep in mind, LeBron's a free agent. He can go anywhere he wants to. He can fill out any situation. He can say, want to go to Timberwolves, play with Anthony Edwards and Melo Ball, and make them more compete. Right. So he has a lot of options that are out there.
You know where I'd love to see him go?
Where's that?
Is to play with Jokic and the Nuggets. I think that team would be unstoppable if LeBron went there.
Man, it's going to be interesting.
I don't know if it'll happen, but I just think I'm like, man, if he went with Jokic Gosh, can you imagine those two together? Man.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Braun he's going to pair well with anybody.
Yeah. Wes, you going to get to play some golf this weekend?
I'm hopeful. I would like to play tomorrow since we're off tomorrow. I was like, man, if I can get out there tomorrow and just sweat it up.
You better get out there early. Boy, it is sweltering hot out there after about noon.
Yep, brutal hot.
So,
drink a lot of fluids.
But I hope you guys have a good 4th, and I appreciate y'all as always.
Later, Joey. Let's go Savage. What's up, Savage?
So, Wes, don't worry about the liquid IV and the water. Get you a cold beer and get out there early and have you a good old time playing golf on the 4th. You'll be fine.
You know I will.
Oh, yeah. Guys, I love Stephen A. Smith. Back in the day you had shock jocks. That's what Stephen A. does. And you got to take it for face value. I mean, he's talking about the Lakers. It's shock value. It's a dead time outside of any other sport outside of soccer right now. So that's what Stephen A. does. And you just got to don't let it just get all in your feelings. He's a shock factor. He's a Howard Stern of ESPN. That's what Stephen A. does. And I love him for it. Him and Sam Perkins. I love listening to both of them because you never know what diarrhea of the mouth is coming out.
Oh, you're talking about Kendrick Perk.
Kendrick Perk, yeah, Kendrick. But yeah, that just is what it is. Guys, y'all have a good 4th. I'm gonna have me a cold beer and a couple of steaks, and man, I'm gonna watch the fireworks. Y'all have a good one.
See you,
have
man.
a good one, Savage.
It does sound like a good plan. Cold beer and a steak. Let's go over to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Oh, nobody's texting. All right, then I won't. Today we got the announcement from the University of Arkansas who they will play in the Bahamas. The 4 matchups down there. It's like Coach Z said, it should be 4 opponents that they should take care of.
Run off the court.
But it's just all about getting on the court and having some games and 10 very valuable practices to get ready for the trip to the Bahamas. They will play the Bahamas national team in the first game. Now, I know the Bohemians, they have some good basketball players, very athletic. I went to school with a couple of them, and they've had some in the NBA, and I think that'll be a fun matchup to watch that game. That'll be some running up and down the court with those two teams going. The next game is against Carleton University. It's out of Ottawa. The bio said that they played for a championship last year in Canada.
So you're trying to sell it, huh?
Torres del Valle out of Columbia is the third game, and then they play the University of Calgary in the 4th game.
Okay. So, I mean, you're getting international flair with all those.
I don't care who they're playing. I want to go to the Bahamas so bad for this, to watch them play, and, of course, the Bahamas. This resort looks awesome. I mean, I got to wonder how many Razorback fans are taking advantage of this. The die-hard, hardcore Razorback basketball fans. And then just some fans are like, this could be our vacation.
That's it.
We could wait until the end of July and take our vacation, go to the Bahamas, get to see the Razorbacks play 4 times. Man, sign me up. I want to go to that. I want to make that trip. I'm so hungry to watch this team play.
Got to get some media credentials.
I know.
Got to make it happen.
Got to make it happen. I just want to see these guys on the court. Everything that Z has been telling us every Tuesday. I want to watch Jordan Smith. What kind of player he is, and see JJ at the next level. Mm-hmm. Watched him play so much high school and even summer ball. I want to see him at the next level. Abdu Torre, really Mika Mourningen. I want to watch this dude play. I mean, Paul Biancardi said he's a possible top 10 draft pick next year if he develops the way he should under Coach Calipari. I mean, you've got a chance, and I can't remember who I asked this. We had just one first-round pick, although Malik Thomas was paid like it's a first-round pick. Next year, if these guys live up to the hype and do what they're supposed to, we could have – Joe, there could be like 4 or 5 guys drafted next year. I'm not saying all in the first round, but there's that potential with Jordan Smith, with Mika Mourningen, with JJ, with Billy Richmond then coming back, going out. That's 4 I just named.
That's the foundation that Coach Cal is putting in place. That's what he's always done, put multiple players in NBA in certain drafts, and that's what he's doing here at Arkansas now.
Oh, it's an incredible group of talented players that you'll have the opportunity to watch them play in the Bahamas. I wonder if there'll be some kind of streaming.
Flow Sports, yeah, it'll be.
You know what? I'm so excited to watch this team. I would buy Flow Sports for this.
Oh, that's when Flow Sports. That's when they pick up their membership at this time of the year.
It would be worth it to get it for a week and cancel it the next week, or the month and cancel it the next month. Definitely to watch it. Certainly in this day and age of all the streaming that's going on,
somebody may carry it on YouTube.
Yeah. By the way, also going to the event, Cincinnati, South Carolina, Valpo, and Texas A&M.
And that's funny, they're not playing one another.
That just would make too much sense, Joe.
Well, Coach Cal has talked about doing some summer league basketball on the college level, and that's what it would equate to if you have them matching up against each other. But in this sense, that's not what it's for.
No, that would be awesome, too, just to scrimmage against those teams or play exhibition games against those teams. But with those four and Arkansas included, it's summer. What else is going on? Certainly somebody has had the idea of streaming this or putting it on TV somewhere, making some money.
We've seen where Coach Cal, the teams that he's had in the past, they did have TV. But streaming is so big that seems like that would be the more viable option right now.
Coming up in the second hour, we have Richard Davenport talking a little recruiting. We'll find out about the new cornerback that committed to Arkansas yesterday. Also, Caleb. I'm having to think. Arujo. Caleb Arujo. Where's he stand? The big man that's going to possibly reclassify for 2026. Stick around. Hour number 2 is coming up next. This is Out of Bounds.
Out of Bounds Hotline on 103.7 The Buzz is presented by D3 Auto Sales, Arkansas's #1 independent used car dealership, specializing in level and lifted trucks. D3AutoSales.com.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. It's where the big boys come to play.
This is madness! This is Sparta!
103.7 The Buzz, KABZ Little Rock.
Arkansas State Police is making sure the roads are safe this 4th of July. This is one of the deadliest periods on the roads around America because of drunk driving. Drivers who plan to drink for the holiday should also plan for how to get home safely. That can mean a designated driver, a taxi, or a ride share. And the Beyond the Divide Small Black Business District will be hosting One Last Meal tomorrow. One Last Plate calls out on all small businesses and supporters to mark the end of the project on West 9th Street. The final gathering will have barbecue and, of course, shopping. All gets started tomorrow at 2 p.m. And with the 4th of July holiday coming up, there are several cities who are hosting events and fireworks shows. You can find all that information on our website, krk.com. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KRK's Jessica Rockwell.
Are you still on the sidelines? Then it's time you suit up and get in the game. Download Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app, Bet Saracen, today.
with KARK's Pat Walker.
Mostly sunny with a high of 95 degrees today and a 10% chance of a shower or thunderstorm. But of course, the big threat is still the extreme heat. With the high humidity and high heat, well, heat index values could reach 105, and so of course the heat advisory. Tonight it'll be mostly clear. We stay warm with a low of 76. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Listen each Friday during Drive Time Sports for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village. Staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astro Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Pat Bradley joins Randy and Rick each week, courtesy of Razorback Camper Sales in Hot Springs, where you can get a 20-foot Salem starting at $14,990 during their 2026 liquidation sale. Find them online at RazorbackCamperSales.com.
It's the Hustler Summer Sizzler, happening now at Cabot Outdoors. Save big this summer with up to $2,000 off select Hustler zero-turn mowers. Grab the X-Ride 60-inch and save $2,000. Enjoy 0% financing for 42 months with approved credit. Payments as low as $330 a month. And don't miss Hustler Raptor deals. Get $250 off or score a free DeWalt tool. Sale ends July 31st. Cabot Outdoors, your source for Hustler and DeWalt equipment. Get mowing today. Online at CabotOutdoors.com.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Paid depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
The Rock City Margarita and Great Arkansas Beer Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs, is back. It's going down July 18th from 5 to 8 at the State House Convention Center in downtown Little Rock. Your ticket includes a tasting cup and margarita samples from some of the best bars and restaurants in the city. Get your tickets now at 1037thebuzz.com. Sip, sample, and celebrate summer at the most refreshing event of the season. It's the Rock City Margarita and Great Arkansas Beer Festival, presented by Oaklawn Hot Springs and brought to you in part by Tito's Handmade Vodka.
U.S. Truck Accessories salutes all active military and veterans. Now through July 4th, U.S. Truck Accessories is paying your sales tax in honor of your service. From bed liners and trailer hitches to steps, grill guards, bumpers, and lift kits, if it's for your truck, they've got it. With professional installation you can trust. With 2 convenient locations in Conway and Searcy, U.S. Truck Accessories is your truck parts superstore. Veteran owned and operated. Visit them online at USTruckAccessories.net.
Listen to Morning Mayhem for your chance to finish the lyric with Justin Moore, brought to you by Rainbow Restoration. When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. RainbowRestores.com. They restore, you recover.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Join Rick Schaefer and I every afternoon on Arkansas's #1 caller-driven sports show. We'll talk with great guests like Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen, Trey Biddy, Hogsports.com, Kevin Bohannon, and a whole lot more. It's all right here from 4 to 7 on 1037 The Buzz.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. This is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 1037 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo, tastes like
it's time for your Razor Hug update. Just told you about the Bahamas trip. The games are set. Arkansas will take on the Bahamas national team. Carleton University out of Ottawa. Torres del Valle from Columbia. And the University of Calgary. Late July, early August. 4 games in the Bahamas. Razorback recruiting news. And we'll have Richard Davenport from the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette on in just a few minutes. But he was reporting yesterday that defensive back Rashad Silver has committed to Arkansas. Committed yesterday afternoon. He had Wake Forest, Georgia, and Arkansas as his finalist. He'll be going to Fayetteville. I did a little search today. I was looking just for the very latest news on this Caleb Arajo. 6'11", class of 2027, looking to reclassify for 2026. Watch his highlights. I like his game. He is a true back to the basket guy. Nice post moves, uses his size, and not skinny at all. He's got a little meat to him, knows how to use his position and angles to get to the basket, but he had a nice little jump hook, finishes really well. I can see why BYU, Arkansas, Kentucky, and many others were interested in him. He was a top 50 prospect for the class of 2027, but was blowing up in the first half of summer ball. Just had really taken a step forward, and he's one of those guys when the rankings come out, it'll be adjusted, and he'll be ranked even higher. Let's bring in Richard Davenport, Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. RD, welcome to the show. What's up?
Doing well, man. Who's going to be ranked higher?
Caleb Arajau.
Oh, the center?
Yeah, the big guy from that plays for Overtime Elite in New York.
Yeah, I mean, he could definitely, being a 27 guy, which I just tend to think he's going to reclassify. But if he stayed in the 27 class, I tend to think that he would be possibly contending for 5-star status sometime next year. But yeah, there's no doubt he's helped his stock. I think in the month of May, he got good gosh, I remember having the list of schools that offered him in May because of his performance on the EYBL circuit, and it was pretty impressive. And then after the NBPA camp, he added probably about 6 or 7, including Arkansas. So yeah, his stock has definitely gone up.
He basically has offers from everybody. I was looking on his Twitter feed, and it was like, blessed to receive an offer from so-and-so and so-and-so. I mean, it was just one after another. It was like a string of like 20 of them.
It probably started with small schools, too, and just built up. That's how it usually is.
I think it's probably easier to say who has not offered him.
Yeah, and he's a good example. I know, talking to parents and talking to kids, they get a little impatient about maybe not seeing offers coming their way. Sometimes it all comes at one time. And obviously, he had offers, a good amount of offers before all this stuff happened in May and June. But he just blew up. I mean, hey, you got to perform and you got to do well, and those offers will come. You just don't know when they're going to come.
Richard, he visited Arkansas over the weekend, right?
Yeah, he left Sunday morning. Yeah.
Is he done with his visits? Because I saw he was at BYU and then Arkansas and Kentucky. Is he taking more visits?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, as of the other day, he supposedly visited UConn, BYU, Kentucky, and Arkansas. And everything I heard yesterday was sounding really promising about him in Arkansas. Obviously, with recruiting, anything can happen, especially in the NIL era. But as of yesterday, I'm feeling pretty good about Arkansas and him. But again, until he announces anything, you don't know 100%.
Richard, have you seen him play? Have you seen some of his highlights?
Just seeing some of his highlights. I mean, he's definitely around the around the paint guy. He shoots very, very, very few threes. More of a traditional big in the sense of being around the paint and being a rim protector. So athletic, good motor. That's I was able to see a glimpse of him on Sunday before he left, and he's listed 6'10". I would say that's pretty accurate. I mean, he could be 6'9", but I don't think he's. If he's more than 6'10", I'd be surprised.
That may be the way that Coach Cal goes about doing the business of maybe getting that traditional big man. That would be the way to that we would have to get used to it. It's not coming through portal, but if you can get somebody straight from high school and get them in a system, hopefully develop them, that may be the way to go in his philosophy in doing it.
Yeah, and if you talk to Paul Benincardi, he thinks he could make an impact in the fall if he decides to, wherever he decides to go, and then he indeed does reclassify. Which again, he and Davion Thompson both, I would be very, very surprised if they don't reclassify. But he's got great hands. Sometimes those bigs don't have very good hands, and in receiving passes and can be a turnover machine a little bit sometimes with their ability not to receive the ball very well. But he's got very good hands and obviously knows what to do with it once he gets it down low.
You were talking about this day and age of the NIL, and you never know until it's done. It made me think of the pitcher from Louisiana Tech. I know you don't do baseball recruiting much, but I was told, I have, contacts down in North Louisiana. And that's where he grew up and was at Louisiana Tech and had visited Arkansas. And I was told it looked like he was coming to Arkansas, that he liked the visit and they had the best offer. Over the weekend, Mississippi State doubled the offer. And he committed to Mississippi State yesterday. So, yes, I understand. Yeah. We all know how it works, the NIL world.
Well, here's the deal. I mean, with coaches, they all kind of pretty much have a budget, and you have to try to stay within that budget. You spend too much for a kid, then it may hurt you with another kid or two on down the line. You're basically a general manager, of your team as the head coach, and you got to figure out how much to spend. And obviously, Mississippi State was willing to go, a little higher. You just wonder, how much of an impact that has with them. Going forward. I mean, I don't know. My head spins when I hear some of the stories that I'm told about, certain guys demanding this, and sometimes you just have to back off. And sometimes the money, I heard one example, and I won't say which sport, but I heard one example, the money was very minimal as far as where the kid went. I mean, as far as more than what another school was offering. I mean, it was. I think most people would say, okay, what's the best fit? These offers are pretty much the same. This offer here is just a tad bigger, and I'm not talking 50,000. I'm talking less, and much less. And do you go with the highest bid? Do you go with the school that you feel like you have the best chance to succeed for our scheme and coaching and things like that? I don't know what led into his decision, other than I know that the young man got a slightly better offer from another school than the other school that he was down to, and he chose the school with the bigger offer. But again, it was not anything like 50,000 or something like that. It was much less.
Wow. It's always, all of it is a factor, combination. Money may be top of the list, but also you have to look at, like you mentioned, situation where you're thinking about playing time and what the fit will be like. So, money could be a driving force, but also initially, also you want to think about how you're going to be able to contribute, be used, and everybody wants to play.
No doubt. There's a lot of things involved besides the money, but money, for the most part, from talking to people, seems to be one of the biggest deciding factor. Not always, but more times than not.
And it's changed too, Richard, because at one time, facilities like us, on the outside, we were all thinking about, well, these schools have better facilities, and that's something that's a big recruiting tool. And you would hear recruits at one time talk about facilities, but now that money is gone more to the top, you don't really hear a lot about facilities. It's still a factor, but it's not as a major of a factor as it once was.
No, you're right. You do want to be in a nice atmosphere, as far as your ability to get better, and some schools have some resources that better than others, but for the most part, most schools have very nice facilities. And the thing is, going forward, what do you do if, say, a booster comes and you say, "Okay, coach, I'm going to write a check for $5 million." Okay. Do you put that towards your roster, or do you put that towards facilities? I mean, 10, 15 years ago, you didn't have to decide on that.
Yeah.
You pretty much said, "Well, we'll invest this, maybe on the coaching staff, facilities, things of that nature." Now, I think you're going to see a slowdown in the facilities improvements, other than some of the elite schools like Ohio State, where money's not an issue at all. Ohio State, I think they just announced a $120 million enhancement of their football facilities. Not a lot of schools are going to be able to do that going forward.
We got Richard Davenport with us on Out of Bounds. RD, yesterday Arkansas got a commitment from a cornerback from Georgia. What can you tell us about this young man? Rashad Silver. Interesting because he visited back in April, and then from April to his official visit, which was the weekend of the 5th through the 7th, Florida and Georgia came in and offered him near the end of I think sometime in May. So you was going, okay, how's this going to impact things? And you don't know. You can't say for sure where he was on their boards, but to be able to get 2 offers from schools like that tells you what they obviously think of his talent. So good size, about 6'6", about 180. He was a playmaker on both sides of the ball last year as a junior, and I think Wake Forest wanted him as a receiver, and Arkansas and Georgia liked him as a DB, and so just a very, very good overall well-rounded athlete, and good pickup for Arkansas. He had a pretty good offer list in addition to Georgia and Florida. Yeah, one of the kids I talked to, I can't remember his name right now, but from Decatur, Georgia. He's like a running back, their punt returner, kick returner, but he's going to play in the defensive backfield for Arkansas. And I was like, man, his his offensive highlights were good. And I was like, all right, well, he must be a heck of a defensive player too, if they want to not use that on offense.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he looked like he played, occasionally on offense, but Silver had 13 catches for 246 yards, and basically, and he had 3 touchdowns. So basically, 1 out of 4 catches, he took it to the house. So that kind of says something about his playmaking ability on offense.
Now, Richard, for this time dead period, you still have players that are committing. So is it just university, they can't have any contact with these players, but these players can commit at any time?
Yeah. And usually July is busy, but Arkansas stands at 24 commitments. I'm not sure how many more they're going to go. Right now, I would say they may be done. I don't know that for sure, but they're nearing the end of taking commitments, because you're right around 24, and let's face it, Arkansas and a lot of schools focused more of their money on the transfer portal. Now, don't get me wrong; they've spent some money on some guys in this class. But if you're a school like Arkansas, you put more of your money on transfers, because obviously they're ready to go. But I think they're pretty much done, and I think as far as any other commitments, that I guess it could happen, but I don't know of any off the top of my head.
Richard, I know you got the chance to talk with the quarterback from Auburn, Alabama. I'm curious to your thoughts on him after the interview.
Impressive kid, handles himself well like a quarterback should. You could tell he has leadership capabilities. You just talk to some guys, and there was another guy that didn't go to Arkansas. He went to another SEC school, and after talking to him, I just told him afterwards. I went up to him afterwards after talked to him. I said, "Hey, you're a team captain, aren't you?" And he says, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I could tell." And same for Casey Myers. I mean, you can just tell he's got the it factor. He's a leader, and that's what you got to have that at quarterback. You can't have a passive guy at quarterback. You got to have somebody who will take command of the huddle and the team when needed, and he seems like he's capable of doing that, and just very, very seems assured of himself, and just an impressive kid.
Yep, I was very impressed too. Richard, I hope you have a great 4th. Enjoy it and get some rest.
All right, well, you two guys, happy 4th, and thanks for having me, and enjoy your 4th, and don't do anything stupid with fireworks.
Amen.
Never. Appreciate it.
I don't even touch them. I leave those alone.
I think we're probably. I think we're the age where we're all kind of retired from the fireworks stuff. But you never know. You always see some people get hurt because of the fireworks. Hate to see that.
Happens every year. Richard, thanks, man. Take care.
See you.
Richard Davenport, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. Take a break. Neil Atkinson's coming up next. Find out about some of the promotions they have going on for the World Cup. Americans still alive. We got to find out. Remember, Neil kept saying every time America played, it broke a record for soccer. Wonder if they broke another record last night. Stick around. This is Out of Bounds.
Strategist and host of the Sunday Buzz, Bill Vickery gets in the mix with the guys on Morning Mayhem, courtesy of Arkansas's best Chevy dealers, Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
This is SportsCenter.
The United States advanced to the round of 16 in the World Cup last night after beating Bosnia and Herzegovina. Florian Balogun scored first for the U.S., but later received a controversial red card, so he will miss the next game. And Malik Tillman put the game to bed with a late free kick goal to give the U.S. a 2-0 win. They advanced to take on Belgium, who beat Senegal yesterday. Belgium was down 2-0 in the 85th minute and got 2 goals in 3 minutes to send the game to extra time. They converted a late penalty kick at the end of extra time to advance with a 3-2 win. Belgium and USA face off on Monday night at 7. And England needed late-game heroics from Harry Kane to take down the Democratic Republic of Congo. He got goals in the 75th and 86th minute to give England a 2-1 win. They advanced to face Mexico in the round of 16. And in today's matchups, we'll see Spain take on Austria, Portugal versus Croatia, and Switzerland against Algeria. I'm Moose with the Buzz Radio Network.
It's Justin Acree for CertaPro Painters, and if you've been putting off that painting project, now's the time. Celebrate America's 250th anniversary with CertaPro Painters and get $250 off projects of $2,500 or more when you schedule by July 10th. I've used CertaPro Painters on several projects over the years, and the process could not have been easier. Great communication, professional crews, and they treated my home with care. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Whether it's inside or out, let freedom and fresh paint ring. Schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C.
Welcome to Moe's. Everyone knows that coming into Moe's for our Mo Monday special is the best deal in burritos. But what about those other 6 days? Well, let me introduce the new Mo Value Meal. Junior burrito, side of queso, chips, salsa, and a fountain drink for only $9.99. And the best part? It's available all day, every day at Moe's Southwest Grill. Now here's my daughter Andy Kate with a special reminder.
Remember, kids eat free on Sundays. Welcome to Moe's.
You knew the risks when you decided to drive drunk. There could be a crash. People could get hurt or killed. But that didn't stop you, did it? You knew you could get arrested. You could incur huge legal expenses, and you could possibly even lose your job. You were well aware of the consequences of driving drunk. But one thing's for sure. You were wrong when you said it was no big deal. Drive sober or get pulled over.
Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Tune in to Out of Bounds each Monday for Weekend Recap, brought to you by Fleet Management Services. Serving Central Arkansas for over 20 years, they're your small to mid-sized fleet specialists that also takes care of our fleet at Signal Media. Fleet Management Services is now hiring for Loop Tech, Tire Tech, and Light Maintenance. 8 paid holidays and paid vacation, paid health insurance, and 401k. Pay depends on experience and signing bonus. Apply in person at 901 East 8th Street in Little Rock.
Hey, it's David Bowser for my good friends at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville, celebrating 50 years in business. Now is the time to start planning for your new pool. It's a huge investment, and having a company that you can trust is crucial. Owners Jeremy and Shane Lawson build the pools themselves, so they will know every inch of your new pool. Luxury Pool and Spa is also your Central Arkansas headquarters for chemicals, and they have great rebates going on now for Pool Life and Backwoods Hill Pool Chemicals. Just bring in a water sample, and the trained professionals at Luxury Pool and Spa will ensure that your pool has the proper chemicals needed. Luxury Pool and Spa is also the proud dealer of Polywood Outdoor Furniture with Climate Tough and a 20-year warranty. They also carry Pentair pool equipment, pool toys, and the Big Green Eggs. It's the perfect time to turn your backyard into your everyday oasis this summer with Luxury Pool and Spa, celebrating 50 years in business. Take it from a happy customer. They are the best. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. Check them out online at luxurypoolarkansas.com.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at TruService.net.
Job and roll up and watch how we roll up and I can't control it, can't hold it, it's so nuts. I take a sip of that yak, I take a hit of that. Got me.
Back at it. Was watching the replay. Got a goal scored by Spain. They're up 1-0. Just happened in the 29th minute. Bring in Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. I bet that made the live odds change a little bit.
Yeah, they'll update here pretty quick. So, yeah, they're pretty much on top of that. But, yeah, I tell you what, I'm kind of glad we're going into celebrate the holiday tomorrow so I don't get in trouble for watching all these games all afternoon. Even though I can watch them because I run a sports book, but I still have other work to do. And Yeah, feels like the March Madness a little bit around here.
Hey, I was watching the game last night at a local bar. What's it get like at the sports bar during some of these games?
It's not bad down there. I mean, it's all night of the week. I mean, but yeah, it gets pretty busy back there. And since these things are all on broadcast TV, we have them all in the poker room. We have them up above the table games, and of course, that massive screen that we got there in the sports book. And right there, that bar. I think we've got 27 TVs just in that small area alone, and I'm not counting the big one that we do that one on. But we're so it was busy last night. I'm sorry, I know it was because Legends is shut down right now because we're putting some flooring back there in the back of the kitchen, doing some remodeling back there, and it's down this week. So all that traffic that usually in Legends is down there in the sports book, hitting up that menu there, and it was pretty busy last night.
Neil, you have been telling us that when the United States plays, you break records for soccer. Did you break another one last night?
We darn near doubled what we did on the game versus Turkey, which was beat the previous one by 2,000. This one, was almost double what we did on that game. So, yeah, I think the engagement with Team USA definitely is there on this particular one, and it's great to see. I was just doing a comparison between this same week last year. Soccer was less than 6% of our total volume this time of year. And last year, the Concave Cup was going on, because, previous to this World Cup, USA-Mexico last year was the most bet soccer game. This week, it's around 35% of the total right for the same, 7-day look back. So, yeah, this is incredible with the amount of engagement that we have. And hopefully we can carry some of that over into the fall. But you know how once we start our American football, people kind of concentrate on that. But I think we're going to pick up some long-time soccer bettors over this.
Yeah, and something happened, and I'm still learning soccer. I've made no bones about it. I don't understand a lot of the things. They wiped it off. The goal didn't count, so it's still scoreless.
Yeah.
Hey, what was I going to ask you? I got distracted by the second most bet team. If it's the Americans by far, is there another team that gets a lot of action?
Well, let me pull up. I got one I could pull up here. Take me just 1 second because I had it up earlier. The second most bet event was give me 1 second. That screen's being a little bit finicky pulling it up, but I'm trying to think. The Mexico-Ecuador game, I think, was been the second one that didn't involve a USA team.
Uh-huh.
Here it goes. Let's see. Netherlands versus Morocco was the third most bet event. Bosnia and Herzegovina was number one. Turkey USA was number two over the last look back, and then the Netherlands versus Morocco was the most bet event. Canada and Mexico has had a great showing too. Mexico for obvious reasons, but yeah, that's kind of where Arkansas are putting their money, at least on Bet Saracen.
That's strange. I would have never guessed that game.
I think that had to do with the sporting calendar, and it wasn't competing against as much. I think that had a little bit to do with it. I think that went on Monday. Yeah, I think it was on Monday.
What kind of promotions? Because y'all been blowing the promotions out of the water with the World Cup. What do you got going on now?
Well, I mean, we just keep it up because people just come back each day and use it, and hey, that's the intent of it. That Any Sport 25% parlay boost, the net gains has been really, really picking up because all you got to do is make a $20 bet on both teams to score, and you get a $10 free bet. They've been wearing that one out. And we put, and of course we do have a lot that are on the World Soccer Warriors, where if you bet each day of the knockout, at least $10 each day of the knockout, you're going to get a $50 free bet for the championship. And we got a lot of people that opt in and are doing that. And of course, we're going to do a no sweat bet on Team USA that you'll get at least 50% of your profit back on a loss. We hope not to pay that one out. The good thing about it is that if we don't pay that out, that means Team USA win and you cash on your Team USA bet. And then the only other promotion that we got going on right now is Wimbledon, 20% no sweat bets there too.
Neil, are you seeing an uptick as the day goes on for World Cup? Like the earlier matches may not get as much action, but the later you get into the day and get into, because like there's 3 today, then when you get later in the day, maybe you get more action on that third game.
Yeah, well, it depends on what it is. Like yesterday, I mean, it's usually the primetime game is going to get it for obvious reasons. Now, that one that starts at 11 o'clock, not as many people will stay up for that one, and we won't have as much live in play. But it's that primetime game has been usually the most bet game each day. And, of course, they did a pretty good job of putting, the marquee matchups there. Of course, last week when we were in the group stage, we had some 2 games going at the same time, but that primetime game everybody's getting home and that's what they're watching. And of course, last night it was just off the hook.
That was it was fun, exhilarating, frustrating, full of emotions, I would say last night. It was, it had it all.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And of course I was just scrolling through, just looking at a lot of the fun stuff with the World Cup and, so there's some really talented people making some very, very funny memes out there. But the ones that I've seen about the red card that I know we probably beat to death and all of that, that eyebrow raiser on that particular one. There's been some funny ones out there, some entertaining ones that I've gotten a little bit of a chuckle with. But hey, officiating. I mean, we say the same thing about targeting calls in football, but yeah, I mean, we got to have something. We got to have something to get riled up about, and maybe. With him being out, the team will play even better because a lot of times they'll rally around. But Team USA came out as a favorite for that game against Belgium, so looking pretty good on that front, and we'll find out on Monday night.
Team USA's a favorite Monday?
Yeah, they're a slight favorite on Monday. Let me make sure here. So many games up here to try to keep up with. Let's see. I know it's here. Let's see, that's the second. All these games that get put up. Let's see. I saw it just a minute ago. Where is it? I'm gonna find it here in a second. Sorry about that.
I got it.
I wonder if they took it down for.
No, I got it.
You can find it.
Yep. Match result. Oh no, 2 advance. USA's -115. Belgium's -110.
Yeah, so we're just a slight favorite. In that particular one. Yeah, I thought the whole hub match was up earlier. They may have pulled it down, but yeah, sometimes on the web it doesn't pick up as fast as on the phone. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Now on the match result, yeah, it's pretty even matchup because if you're gonna throw the draw in there, the draw is the favorite in regular time. So the draw is +240, Belgium's +165. And USA's +160. And I'm glad you talked about that 2 advance market. If you don't want to mess with that draw, just do the 2 advance market. And you don't have to worry about it. Just whoever, and if it goes to extra time or goes to penalty kicks, whoever advances to the next round, you'll score. The only negative thing about that 2 advance market is that you can't put it in the same game parlay because it's so heavily correlated, with so many of the other bets. So that's why it's not SGPable. You can't put it in the same game parlay. Gotcha. But if you just want a simple one, that's the market bet.
Live now on Bet Saracen, Spain currently leads Austria 1-0. And Neil saw that line change right as I was watching it, where when Spain scored, over-under went up to 4.5, and it's back down to 2.5 now. So it jumped up quite a bit with the Spain score.
Oh yeah, it will do that. They've got these sophisticated algorithms that they use, and they actually use video technology too, and they result these things pretty quick. It's incredible seeing the technology that they use to do this.
Neil, I hope you have a great 4th. We appreciate you jumping on a Thursday instead of Friday, but we're going to take the day off tomorrow, and I wanted to get you on here before we hit the weekend.
All right, I appreciate that, and thanks for letting me get on. And go Team USA. Before we talk next week, don't forget on Sunday. Well, if you're a baseball fan and a baseball bettor, we have the full slate for you on Sunday. That's going to be an incredible day. I think all 15 games on Sunday. So take advantage of that. Stay cool, and I'll leave you with one of my favorite sayings on that I like to say is, if you drink a fifth on the fourth, you may not be able to go fourth on the fifth. So stay safe and have fun, everybody.
Thanks a lot, Neil. Take care. Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. We'll take a break, come back, open it up. Phone call, 661-1037. It is an open segment. I'll hit the Middleton Heat and Air text line. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Ride Red and Save Green sales event is happening at Honda Russellville. Get more done with a Pioneer 700 or 1000 side-by-side. Swing a leg over a dependable 4Trax Rancher ATV. Take your crew in a 4-seat Pioneer 704 or 5-seat Pioneer 1005. Bonus bucks on select models plus low-rate financing for qualified buyers. Visit HondaRussellville.com.
For your safety, read the owner's manual and wear a helmet and eye protection. Always wear your seatbelt and close the side vents and doors when operating a side-by-side. Honda side-by-sides and ATVs are for riders 16 and older.
What's up, guys? It's official. The Dude Perfect Squad Games Tour is coming to a city near you. 22 cities across the U.S.,
including yours. Sunday, July 12th in North Little Rock, Arkansas at Simmons Bank Arena.
A brand new tour, brand new battle, bigger and better than ever.
Dude Perfect in North Little Rock on July 12th.
Squad Games is officially coming into arenas.
Tickets and information at dudeperfect.com/tour.
The two best words in sports, Game 7.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
What if someone did play-by-play of your life? Example, what would it sound like if you visited, say, Genesis of Conway? There's the arrival. Look at the reaction on that face at seeing a dealership that is so luxurious. And going for a test drive now of a GV80, and the smile is huge. And here it comes, the big play, $8,000 off the price of that very same GV80. Let's hear it again in slow motion. $8,000 off. Winner, Genesis of Conway. The future of luxury today.
Hit a home run with your next project at Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot. Knock it out of the park with unbeatable savings on building materials. From flooring to faucets, shingles to bathtubs, butcher block countertops to ceiling fans. They've got everything you need to build your dream. Don't strike out paying high prices. Call 501-605-8739 and score big savings today. Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, where every deal is a home run.
With many convenience and grocery stores moving to mostly self-checkout these days, nowhere is it easier to shop than at your local Family Market. Because at Family Market, you're still greeted by friendly staff who provide the very best in customer service, ringing you up, bagging all your items, and making your shopping experience simple and easy, just the way it should be. And while you're enjoying that kind of service, you're saving money too. With your Family Market Rewards card, you can save inside the store and outside at the pumps as well. And be sure to take advantage of Big Mondays. That's where mid-grade gas is the price of regular and premium is the price of mid-grade. That's real savings every single week. And all of this can only be found at Family Market, serving communities in Pangburn, Malvern, Shannon Hills, Mayflower, Hot Springs, and Worcester, with a second Hot Springs location coming soon. And remember, if there's not a Family Market in your neighborhood, just look right over there. One's coming.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
Sometimes I feel the fear of uncertainty stinging clear, and I can't help but ask myself how much I let the fear take the wheel and steer. It's driven me before, and it seems to have a vein.
Arkansas is the natural state, and around here, conservation isn't just a priority, it's a way of life. That's why Arkansas's best Chevy dealers are proud to partner with the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission to drive habitat conservation. In honor of this partnership, your Arkansas best Chevy dealers are celebrating in a big way. They are giving away a 2027 Chevy Silverado 1500. It's a natural choice for the great outdoors. It offers strength and capability that stands out from the herd. Plus a powertrain limited warranty, 5 years or 60,000 miles, whatever comes first. For complete rules and to register to win a 2027 Chevy Silverado, Arkansas Game and Fish license holders should visit ChevySweepstakes.com/Arkansas Truck Hunt. Or you can see your Arkansas's best Chevy dealers for more details. No purchase necessary to enter to win. It's open to legal residents 18 years or older who live in Arkansas. Contest ends at the end of the year. Void where prohibited. Wes Moore, Joe Franklin with you. Keeping an eye on this Spain and Austria game. Tell you what, Spain has been attacking. They haven't given up a goal in the World Cup. They were just showing their scores. Almost had another chance to score. All right, phone lines are open, 661-1037. Oh, that was a free kick by Austria. Hit the crossbar. It looked similar to the kick the United States made last night. Similar distance, curled it top left-hand corner just a little too high. And it bounced back. And had another shot at the goal to hit the goalie right in the chest. Diving in to make the stop. Couldn't get his hands on it and hit him right in the chest. Bounced off. 4 minutes of extra time. We're right at the end of the first half. That was cool. Let me go over to the Middleton Heat and Air text line. If I can find it. There we go. Texas said Spain has not scored. And I said, now they have. I'm ahead of him. I'm ruining it for somebody. No, Spain scored right when Neil was getting on the phone. And I saw the celebration, and they put the one up, and then I started talking to Neil, and then I looked back up, and they had taken it off. I don't know. Offsides, maybe. I don't know what it was. But it was one of those. It was they sent it in high, and the goalie went up to catch it. But actually, I don't know why this goalie does. That's twice now. Instead of just catching the ball, he just pops it with his fist and knocks it out. Well, when he did that, it didn't go very far and went right to the one of the opponents and kicked it in the back of the net. And then I'd look up, and it's 0-0. So something happened. They took that goal off. But they got that goal a little bit later. 1-0. It is halftime. 317 says, Wes, what is the local place you're watching the World Cup games at? I've been going to Luce. It's a new restaurant, Italian restaurant out in West Little Rock off of Highway 10. And it's got this big, long bar and big TV. And just sit up there at the bar and watch it, have a little food, have some drinks. Talking about fireworks. I keep hearing an ad on 106.7, The Buzz, too. Talking about fireworks safety. That ad is absolutely annoying and unnecessary. Well, it's not. It may be annoying.
No, it's not unnecessary.
But it's not unnecessary, that's for sure. I guarantee you, there will be some fireworks accidents this year in Little Rock. We'll hear about it. It always happens. Just be careful. Be smart. Go to a show. Let the professionals do it for you. What I like, a lot of times we're at the lake and watch everybody else's fireworks. They're shooting off the pier. It's cheaper and it's safer.
It's definitely that.
Yeah. Let's see here. This is from 501. Oh, he's the one who said that it was boring last night. I'm probably just uncultured, but the offsides thing in soccer is dumb. We were trying to discuss it. I think it would be a great idea for the soccer world to grow their sport here in the States. Send somebody with some knowledge to sports bars to help the fans understand the game and be almost like somebody that we could pick their brain for, because we needed somebody. There's so many times I've been there, and the other night with PKs, it was tied after 5. We're like, what happens next? What happens next? And everybody's hitting Google and searching Google, and we quickly found out it's sudden death in PKs after the first 5. Then last night, it happened again. Red card. We're like, what's that mean? I was like, I'm pretty sure he's ejected. Somebody's like, is he out for the next game too? And I was like, I don't know about that. And so we started reading the closed captioning, and right away the announcers kind of made it clear that it was, I did see a complaint from, it was a national writer about the announcers. And the announcers are, the best at calling soccer, and they know soccer like nobody else. But sometimes they take for granted they have a huge audience, vast audience that doesn't have a clue about soccer and needs to do a better job of explaining situations like last night. They apparently only said at one time that the red card and that he would also be suspended next game.
Yeah, I don't know if they're thinking like that, simply because if you're watching a basketball game, they're not going through and explaining things.
No, because we're educated on basketball.
Well, but
we're not educated on soccer.
No. What I'm saying is the announcers are not going to be in that mindset to explain certain things, thinking that people don't understand it. They're used to calling a game the way that it's called, and the viewing audience, they're watching because they understand it.
That should be a priority. They should know you've got an audience like never before. Yeah, you may be used to calling games in Brazil or Europe where the fans know exactly what's going on. You're calling games in America on American TV where most of your audience doesn't have a clue what's going on. I do love the graphics for the offsides that they'll show. They just showed one just a second ago in the Austria and Spain game. The dude was onside because the defender had his arm stretched out a little bit, like he was going to run, and that arm was the difference of being onside and offside. If he had had his arm next to his body, the offensive guy would have been offsides. But the graphic made it very clear that
it's really technical.
He was onside.
Sure.
Oh, the graphic that showed the guy was offsides by like an inch or two. His foot was over the line, just barely the imaginary line that they draw on the graphic for offsides. His foot was literally like, if he had been wearing a 8 instead of a 9, it'd have been onside.
Well, it's like tennis. We see that they use the same type of video replay, and the ball, it has to just scrape the line. As long as it touches any part of that line, it's in. The majority of the ball can be out, but part of it touches that line, it's in.
Harley, what's up?
Hey, what's going on? I didn't know they had offsides in soccer.
You learned something.
Yeah, I don't like soccer. I don't watch it. Y'all lucky to get me for football and basketball. But
I'm glad we
you
have
broke my heart. Y'all broke my heart. I was looking forward to getting in touch with y'all and setting up an old man bottle rocket team for you and Marcus and me and Acre.
Sorry about that.
Could you imagine us old farts running around with a piece of pipe in a hand, lighting bottle rockets with the pocket full of them, just aiming and shooting like we did when we was teenagers? That'd be a YouTube moment.
Young
but anyway,
and
guys,
dumb.
I just want to come.
Back when we were young and dumb is what I was saying, Harley.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even dumber. Turn around and put a black cat wire taped up to it and put the fuses together. Or one of them, well, I can't say what they used to be called, but one of them whistle chasers on a bottle rocket. They would do some stupid stuff. But anyway, I just want to call and say, hey, y'all have a safe and happy 4th, guys.
Thank you.
See y'all
too,
next
Harley.
week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
661-1037. What was he saying? Oh, the offsides. We were talking about the offsides. You got to equate it to football, or I try to explain it to people. It'd be just like a wide receiver lining up 5 yards down the field from the line of scrimmage. Instead of, being behind the line of scrimmage, you got to start behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, we've seen that. We've seen where somebody is just over the ball or too close in the neutral zone, and it's offside.
Yeah. Coming up in our third hour, we got What's Trending. Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. Get to talk a little SEC football with him. We'll continue taking a look at some of the teams and their over-under total and see what Brian likes for these teams. Then we'll wrap it up, and we'll start our 4th of July holiday weekend. No buzz tomorrow. Well, you'll have something on, national programming.
ESPN Radio.
Just won't be any local programming. We'll be back with you Monday. Stick around. Hour number 3 is coming up next.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Powers Truck Parts and Service presents Arkansas Game and Fish Commission's Trey Reed joining Morning Mayhem each week. Powers Truck Parts and Service handles everything from headlights to taillights. Shop online at powerstruckparts.com. Hawks Homes has custom-built manufactured homes under $100 per square foot. They have hundreds of floor plans available to fit your family's needs. Homes start as low as $39,995. They can finance your new home together with land so you can have one easy payment. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bedrooms available for immediate delivery. You can view their inventory online at hawkshomes.net. Let their family help your family. Hawks Homes, Bryant and Conway.
The best seats of the game don't always require tickets. Sometimes all you need is a pair of earphones. And 103.7 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock.
The search for 20-year-old Ashlyn Bosnick and her infant is now at the 1-week mark. Efforts have scaled back, but one boat will remain on the water every day to look for them. Police have given the FBI Ashlyn's phone to see if they can get access to it. They are also tracking her bank records. And former Arkansas State football player Blaze Taylor will spend the rest of his life in prison. Taylor was on trial for the 2023 deaths of his girlfriend, Little Rock native Jay Benning, and her unborn child. Taylor has been sentenced to 3 life sentences for 3 first-degree murder convictions. He will be sentenced in September for the second-degree murder charge. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Kara Case, Jessica Rockwell.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
With KARK's Pat Walker.
It's going to be another hot day, a mostly sunny day with a high of 95 degrees. Of course, a heat advisory, meaning the heat index could reach 105 or even higher. And this afternoon, a very slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm. That's a 10% chance of rain. Tonight, mostly clear, still warm, and a low of 76. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
This is Trey Reed inviting you to join Mark Hedrick and me Tuesday nights at 7 for The Wild Side.
Brought to you by Edwards Food Giant, Trader Bill's Outdoors, Battery Outfitters, Tammy Chase Insurance, Crane Chevrolet, and Flyway Brewing.
Let's see, if you're going to build a pool, tennis court, get dozens of fitness machines, indoor basketball court, pickleball court, it's going to cost you about $12.3 million. Don't have it? That's okay. Join the Little Rock Athletic Club or Racket Club. People will witness the fitness.
Camping season is here, and Razorback Camper Sales in Hot Springs is liquidating all 2026 year model travel trailers and fifth wheels. If you've been thinking about a new trailer, now is the time to buy. One of the many great deals is a 20-foot Salem with bunk beds, power awning, plywood floor, and much more for only $14,990 or $150 a month. Hurry while the selection is good. All these great deals can be seen at RazorbackCamperSales.com.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. John Daly joins the mayhem Tuesday mornings, courtesy of Honda of Russellville, Arkansas's #1 Honda dealership. From Goldwing trikes to side-by-sides, Honda of Russellville has an inventory no one else has. Check it out at HondaofRussellville.com.
Old number 53 here, and back in my day, I was fortunate to be around some great teams, along with some great teammates. And even now, all these years later, I'm also grateful to be a part of a great team here at 103.7 The Buzz. But you know another great team that I've come to appreciate over the years? It's the team over at Edwards Food Giant, and there are 11 stores located all over the metropolitan area, including their Edwards Cash Saver stores. And let me tell you this, if you haven't been to the newest Edwards Food Giant in North Little Rock in the Lakewood Village Shopping Center, you really need to stop by there. This store is truly the most beautiful grocery store that I've ever been inside of. The layout with their huge selection and inventory, including their deli and salad bars, is the best. Of course, their meat department at Edwards will truly blow you away too. That newest Edwards store has everything from heat and eat, meal solutions, weekly specials, to a giant wine department, to their dry-aged beef that's been temperature and humidity controlled for 28 days in their cooler, resulting in a steak that's tender, flavorful, and unlike any steak you've ever had. So see for yourself why the team at Edwards Food Giant is now Central Arkansas's favorite place to shop.
Join the Zone each Monday for game balls and jockstraps, brought to you by Acadie's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday, as Justin and Phil give you their game balls and jockstraps on the Zone from 10 till 1. It's all brought to you by Acadie's Touch Landscaping, 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level, and be listening for game balls and jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
The NFL schedule dropped, and it's time to settle up. There's road trips to plan, hotels to book, tickets to split, tailgates to cover, scores to settle, all the things for the season. But now, when you send $10 or more to a friend with PayPal by May 28th, you could win 2 tickets to every home game of your favorite team. Yep, the whole season. Visit PayPal.com/P2P sweeps. No purchase necessary. See website for details, including how to enter by mail. Brought to you by PayPal, official peer-to-peer payment sponsor of the NFL.
Your summer starts now with Memorial Day deals at the Home Depot. It's time to fire up summer cookouts with the Next Grill 4-burner gas grill on special buy for only $199. and entertain all season with the Hampton Bay West Grove 7-piece outdoor dining set for only $499. This Memorial Day, get low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. While supplies last, pricing valid May 14th through May 27th. U.S. only, exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. This is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
But now I'm counting this. Parmesan with my accountant lips. In fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo-babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too busy once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone.
What's trending in the world of sports is sponsored by Arkansas-based West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee and their 1.5 million coffee farmers around the globe as they fuel Arkansas with great tasting coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
We'll start by taking a look back at last night's big victory by the United States.
Also will go long. Team Ream, only man there, able to steer it to Adams, flicks it along Tillman. He's got Balogun making a run off him. Can he get around with that ball? To the deflection, Balogun scores! Flo Balogun, first to react to the deflection. He'll do the LeBron celebration. It's 1-0 U.S. Tillman! It's in! Malik Tillman! 2-0 United States! There's the final whistle. Seattle, we're coming back. Monday night in the round of 16. The United States, despite being down a man for half an hour, has beaten Bosnia and Herzegovina and has moved on to the next round of the World Cup.
Let's hear from Malik Tillman after that big second goal.
Been a lot of thoughts, to be honest. Now, of course, I practice it in training. And then, you never know when it's going to happen. But luckily today it happened. And now I was ready for it. I felt confident. And now happy it went in.
I know you're taking in all of this fan support, the fact that your group is moving on, and you did it shorthanded for most of the second half. Describe the fight from your team.
No, I think it shows our character. We said it before a lot of times. We're always there for each other, no matter what. And I think this today showed it as well.
You know who you're playing next. You got a date against Belgium Monday night. What do you work on between now and then?
We have to enjoy this moment now, and then of course we want to go as fast as possible. And it won't be an easy game, but now we will analyze them, we will analyze our game, and hopefully we keep going.
There'll be no Balogun after the red card last night when they take on their next opponent.
Belgium,
thank you. Let's hear from their head coach, the United States head coach.
So proud. The players deserve everything. In the way that we compete, again a very good team, very difficult team. I think it's about to be proud, no? So proud of all my players, all the staff, and then these fans that were amazing today again. And I think it's amazing to live that experience.
Did you see somebody ask him if he felt like a larger part of him was more American now after that?
Well, he made a comment like that a couple matches ago, and he was saying that he's starting to really feel it because he's hearing these crowds and how they're into it, and them singing "Sweet Home Alabama" and all types of American-themed songs. So it was based off the comments that he made before.
He said, "No, I'm 200% Argentinian." Very proud, as he should be. All right, other games yesterday, matches yesterday. England and Congo, DR. England, nice comeback, second half.
Heroic moment
moment for the DR Congo goalkeeper, Harry Kane. Still Harry Kane! Oh, my word! Majestic! Harry Kane! Unbelievable! England lead 2-1.
That was cool. Now to Belgium and Senegal. Another huge comeback. 3 goals right towards the end of the match.
Tielemans with the strike! Tielemans! Everyone's off the bench as Belgium leads for the first time.
That was wild. It had to be just, I'm going to have the word, not deflating for Senegal to be up 2-0 late.
Oh, you think the game is won, but it's not over till it's over.
Pulling off the huge upset, what it means for the country, and to fold like that. Ugh.
Heartbreaking for them.
Major League Baseball, Cubs, Padres. A chuckle. This one got out of hand.
1 RBIs.
I think he did it again. To Waveland. Oh, bounce back in. Dansby swats it. Heater. 14th home run of the year. 3rd in the last 2 games. It's 4-0. Swanson in the first round. Center field. Merrill. He's back at the wall. Another one. High fly ball. Left field. Sheets at the wall. He did it.
9 home runs in 13 games.
Yeah, he's on a heater. And that last one was a grand slam.
19 RBI during that time. They showed a graphic. He's almost got the same amount of production in the same amount of time as the New York Yankees.
Yeah.
They have hit a couple more home runs and a couple more RBI, but just on his own, oh, so hot.
His wife is a member of U.S. women's national team, and she's had a lot of success playing in World Cup.
Huh. Maybe the World Cup's got him inspired right now.
Maybe so.
Phillies, Pirates.
Fly ball left field, hit pretty well. Going back is Callahan. It is gone! 3-run home run, Trey Turner. Fly ball center field, hit well. Mangum going back toward the wall. Gone! 2-run home run, Alec Bohm. It's a 4-run game.
And that was it. Phillies win by 4, 10-6. Tigers, Yankees. This one goes extra innings.
Kevin McGonigal just gave him a thrill. Right on time. The Tigers lead 1-0. And now Langoliers gets it in the air to left. It's traveling back. Langoliers has homered for the 20th time this year.
Tigers win 6-2.
7 in a row for Yankees now that they've lost, and they won by 4 runs going into extra, so it got out of hand.
How about the Giants and Diamondbacks?
Ramos, high drive, left field, out of here.
Giants take this one 6-4. Yesterday, a lot of action in the NBA. Here's Shams talking about the Celtics. Their first move of the day, signing Mitchell Robinson.
Big acquisition. Mitchell Robinson, 3 years, $47.4 million deal to leave the Knicks and join the rival Boston Celtics. This is a major loss for the Knicks. Their top big man alongside Karl-Anthony Towns now departs to an East Coast rival. But the Knicks had to let Mitchell Robinson go because they just could not go into the second apron. Owner Jim Dolan had a mandate that the franchise would not be entering that dreaded second apron. So now the longest tenured Knick leaves. He was a second rounder all those years back. Longest tenured Knick for 8 years. Emerged as a key player on this championship team this past season.
Hard to pay everybody. When you have a guy like that, somebody else is going to value that, what he brings, the defense, the rebounding. He got paid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's see here. And then later on in the day, that's when we had the big trade.
Boston Celtics have traded All-NBA star, 2024 Finals MVP Jaylen Brown to the Philadelphia 76ers for Paul George, 2 first-round picks, and 2 second-round picks. So think about it if you're Philadelphia. To get Jaylen Brown in the prime of his career at 30 years old for a player in Paul George who has been looked at different points as a negative contract, you are sending out 2 future first-round picks. You're sending out a couple second-round assets. But now you have Tyrese Maxey, VJ Edgecombe, Jaylen Brown, and the way Jaylen Brown has been playing, you would think he has multiple years, 3, 4, 5, 6 years left in his prime. Pair that with a young Tyrese Maxey. Pair that with a young VJ Edgecombe. And for the Celtics, where this had come down to is they tried to trade for Giannis. They offered Jaylen Brown and 2 unprotected first-round picks for Giannis. They missed out. But ever since then, you know what's been interesting? They didn't just stop the conversations there. They continued to have trade talks. And by today, they were actively shopping, full-blown shopping Jaylen Brown around the league, trying to get teams' best offers in. My understanding is Jaylen Brown, throughout all of this, never requested a trade. He never asked out of Boston. This was all the Celtics.
Kendrick Perkins has some thoughts.
As a former Celtic, I do not approve of this trade. If you're going to trade a guy that's a top 10 player, you at least got to get back a guy that's a top 15, top 20 player. And Paul George is not that. Paul George hasn't been consistently good since I was skinny. And that's been a long damn time. When you talk about Jaylen Brown, your former finals MVP, conference finals MVP, NBA champion, coming off his best season of his career, statistically, leading his team past, defeating all the odds. They were supposed to be in the tanking mode. This team finished second in the East, and I know things didn't work out like it was supposed to as far as the way that the playoff run ended. But at the end of the day, if you're Brad Stevens, to me, he had already lost when he lost the Giannis sweepstakes to the Miami Heat. If you're going to jump off the porch and you're going to make Jaylen Brown available, you got to make sure you pencil in that deal. This is nothing but sloppy seconds, in my opinion. And in the way I see it, he just basically handed the Philadelphia 76ers a trip to the NBA Finals next year.
Listen to some of these trades, though. Sixers trade for Jaylen Brown. Celtics get Mitchell Robinson. Raptors get Kawhi Leonard. And then, of course, Knicks, NBA champs. Not only are they all in Eastern Conference, they're all in the same division.
Yeah.
So it's going to be highly competitive there. And the way they finished this past season, Celtics were 2 seed, Knicks 3 seed, Raptors 5 seed, and 76ers 7 seed. So they were all right there in that Eastern Conference and all in that same division. And essentially it seems like all these teams got better.
And throw in Miami.
Yeah, but I'm saying these are all in
division,
the same division. Like they're going to play more games against one another than they will against every other team. They're all in the same division.
Yep. It's loaded. What do you think of the trade?
Like it from a Sixers standpoint. Now, Celtics, they're probably going to make some other moves, but it almost seemed obvious that they were just trying to unload Jaylen Brown because with bringing in Mitchell Robinson, Jaylen Brown, the way he played last year and the way that he and Jason Tatum have paired over the years, there was no reason to get rid of him. But it just seems like they were at a point where they felt like this was a move they had to make.
I wonder why they felt like they had to.
He's coming up for an extension, so it was either going to be you trade him and, get rid of that contract or, sign him to a new contract and put more money into him. And it looks like they're just going in a direction where they want to put more money into other players and more players.
I saw ESPN had a graphic that they rated the trade and gave Philadelphia an A- and Boston a D-.
For what they got in return, just, head-to-head as far as – because they're looking more at player for player, even though there's some picks involved and they're going to make additional moves. But when you think about Jaylen Brown, where he is in his career, and Paul George, where he is in his career, it is lopsided towards 76ers. But this is something that's rare anyway, because the thought with Jaylen Brown was, first of all, you're not going to trade him within that Eastern Conference, but then they went a step further and traded him within division.
Yeah.
You just don't see that happening. So it obviously, once again, they were just trying to make a move any way they could. And they were willing to give him up, somebody that they value and they know that he's a really good player. They're willing to give him up against the team that they're competing against. They just played them in a playoff series.
Crazy. I was reading during the break about the United States with Balogun out, what their options are, and it seemed like the number one most likely option is just to bring Ricardo Pepi off the bench and put him in that spot. There is the idea of moving the other guy, Pulisic, into his spot and then bringing somebody in off the bench. But then you're making two moves instead of just one.
Right. And they can make in-game adjustments. They could do that. So it's a good way to do it. Start off there, and then if you need to adjust, you can make those in-game.
Yeah, and Pepi is a good goal scorer for his wherever he normally plays.
His club team.
Yeah, his club team. He had a lot of goals scored at that position, so won't be the same, but it's at least there's an option there that I was reading about. All right, Big Red, he's in Conway. What's up, man?
Hey, man, not much. A couple of questions. Why does the offsides flag come up way late? Are they not technically offsides until they touch the ball or something? Because so many times I've seen goals scored and they say, but the flag comes up or something like that. And also, I listen to Kyle Herb, most days, and I think if the ratings were really off the chart, he would be talking it, because he's talking up the World Cup, obviously, that's on Fox. But are the ratings really doing well here in the United States? I mean, I know we're a small portion because this is a global thing, but, is America watching, I guess?
Yes.
Because, and the last thing was, I was in walk-ons, and frankly, walk-ons was more packed out for the Mexico game than it was for the U.S. game. So I was just, so I'm just curious about how the ratings are going as far as, with the World Cup and some of the rule things.
Yeah,
I'm trying to watch it.
And you have to remember there are several watch parties around the city, so it's just a matter of preference. What do you want to go watch?
I saw ratings, and I think this was just for the United States games. Pretty sure it was. It was 28 million, and they were saying that's very comparable to a NFL game. So they were pleased. Now, game right now with Spain and Austria, no, you're not going to get 28 million Americans watching right now.
Well, you have to factor in the time of day it is also.
Well, even tonight, it's not going to have the same draw without the United States playing tonight. In fact, the late game tonight's not even on Fox. It's on FS1. But, no, I think they're very pleased with the ratings. And you got to realize this, too, with Fox having the ratings or the rights to the World Cup, they also sell off the rights to other channels that are showing it around the world. And so they're making money that way, too. And the streaming has been awesome also.
And everyone wants to see star players also. So, the next game is Portugal, so you get Cristiano Ronaldo. If they were playing, the late game is at 10 o'clock. So for a 6 o'clock game, it's going to have some good ratings. Portugal and Croatia.
I'll have to look that up for you, Big Red, and just see. I haven't not seen that. There's a guy that I follow that does always tweets out ratings for all the major sport events, and usually does a little comparison how it does towards other sports. And guy goes down, head injury. And I'll look it up for you, and we'll dive into it at some point. Maybe I can do that during the break. We got Brian Edwards coming up next. We'll get to SEC football, over/under totals for some of these SEC teams. See what Brian likes. We started last week, had a lot of fun with him talking about some of the SEC teams. He's coming up next. This is Out of Bounds.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during The Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
This is Sports Center.
The United States advanced to the round of 16 in the World Cup last night after beating Bosnia and Herzegovina. Florian Balogun scored first for the U.S., but later received a controversial red card, so he will miss the next game. And Malik Tillman put the game to bed with a late free kick goal to give the U.S. a 2-0 win. They advanced to take on Belgium, who beat Senegal yesterday. Belgium was down 2-0 in the 85th minute and got 2 goals in 3 minutes to send the game to extra time. They converted a late penalty kick at the end of extra time to advance with a 3-2 win. Belgium and USA face off on Monday night at 7. And England needed late-game heroics from Harry Kane to take down the Democratic Republic of Congo. He got goals in the 75th and 86th minute to give England a 2-1 win. They advanced to face Mexico in the round of 16. And in today's matchups, we'll see Spain take on Austria, Portugal versus Croatia, and Switzerland against Algeria. I'm Moose with the Buzz Radio Network.
Willie D's Dueling Pianos has not moved yet. They're still rocking right here in the Little Rock River Market. Dueling Pianos upstairs, DJs downstairs with food and drinks every week. Reserve and learn more at WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Come and get your Willie on.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oakline Sports, is now available right here in the state of Arkansas. And on the biggest soccer stage in the world this summer, FanDuel, in partnership with Oakline Sports, is changing the soccer game with a feature built in for soccer fans. Because sometimes your players get subbed out, and your bet goes with them. It can happen at any moment. 1 minute they're on the pitch creating chances, and the next they're heading back to the bench. Well, not anymore. With FanDuel Super Sub, if your soccer player is subbed out, your bet stays in. That's right. When your player leaves the match, your bet automatically continues on with the substitute player. So whether the action happens early, late, or deep into the stoppage time, you're still in it until the final whistle. Visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started now. FanDuel, in partnership with Oakland Sports. Let there be goals this summer on FanDuel. Must be 21 plus and present in Arkansas. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hit a home run with your next project at Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, 2011 North 2nd Street in Cabot. Knock it out of the park with unbeatable savings on building materials. From flooring to faucets, shingles to bathtubs, butcher block countertops to ceiling fans. They've got everything you need to build your dream. Don't strike out paying high prices. Call 501-605-8739 and score big savings today. Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, where every deal is a home run.
Bass tournaments and some of the best fishing spots in the state. It's Fishing Arkansas, Sunday mornings with Big Sarge and his crew. Fishing Arkansas is presented by Shelter Agent Jamie Marsh and Stanley Hardware. Fishing Arkansas, Sunday mornings with Big Sarge on 103.7 The Buzz.
Hey, it's David Bowser for my good friends at Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville, celebrating 50 years in business. Now is the time to start planning for your new pool. It's a huge investment, and having a company that you can trust is crucial. Owners Jeremy and Shane Lawson build the pools themselves, so they will know every inch of your new pool. Luxury Pool and Spa is also your Central Arkansas headquarters for chemicals, and they have great rebates going on now for Pool Life and Backwoods Hill Pool chemicals. Just bring in a water sample, and the trained professionals at Luxury Pool and Spa will ensure that your pool has the proper chemicals needed. Luxury Pool and Spa is also the proud dealer of Polywood Outdoor Furniture with Climate Tough and a 20-year warranty. They also carry Pentair pool equipment, pool toys, and the Big Green Eggs. It's the perfect time to turn your backyard into your everyday oasis this summer with Luxury Pool and Spa, celebrating 50 years in business. Take it from a happy customer, they are the best. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. Check them out online at luxurypoolarkansas.com.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz, live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Well, I tried to make it Sunday, but I got so damn depressed that I set my sights on Monday, and I got myself undressed. I ain't ready for the altar, but I do agree there's times when...
Welcome back. Out of Bounds. Hey, Big Red, I got all kinds of World Cup rating information for you. We'll do that in a bit. First, though, we got Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com, joining the show. What's up, Brian? How are you?
What's up, Wes? Happy early 4th.
Yes, to you, too. Hope you have a safe and enjoyable 4th of July.
Yeah, I hope so as well.
Hey, last week we got into some of the over-under totals for SEC schools. We talked about Tennessee, Texas, Arkansas, Auburn, Alabama, and Mississippi State. I was wanting to hit a couple more SEC schools, but real quick.
Let's do it.
All right. Missouri. What's expected out of Missouri this year?
Well, if Ahmad Hardy is healthy, and obviously, he got shot in the upper leg, so that, that doesn't sound, too promising. But if he gets back healthy, then I think they have a chance to be really good. Now, we'll see on Austin Simmons. He was obviously ready to be the Ole Miss starter last year and, had the ankle injury in week 2, and then Trinidad just wasn't letting him get his job back. But, I had high expectations for Simmons last year. So they hit the portal really well, got a good portal class. They got 30 transfers, 24 from Power 4 schools. They got 6 4-stars. But the schedule's a lot tougher this year. The win total is 6.5 flat, minus 110 odds either way. I've got them 6-4 with 2 swing games. I've got them losing at Ole Miss, to Texas at home, at Georgia, and Oklahoma at home, which, they could win that one. But then I've got the swing games being Florida at home and A&M at home. And I'm going to call that a split. And I'm thinking 7-5 for them, so I lean to the over. But I would not bet it until, I get a Ahmad Hardy, health update that, he's back to 100%.
You don't make Arkansas a swing game with Missouri? Missouri has owned Arkansas. I don't know why it's been pretty much all Missouri in this series, so I get it. I was just surprised, honestly, to see 6.5 for Missouri. I thought it would be a little higher, that line.
I wonder if Hardy, that situation is maybe playing into it, and if he gets, he comes back to, he's full participant in whatever off-season activities actually, we're only a month away from camp starting. But, if he's participating early in camp, I could see it maybe changing or at least leave it at 6.5, but put, more expensive odds on the over.
How about the LSU Tigers?
Yeah, we know they've got plenty of talent. My concern with them is, Sam Levitt, not being fully cleared yet. Obviously we'll know more on that in the next month. And, it was a, pretty bad injury he had last year that knocked him out in November. And we'll see on him. Now they do have another talented quarterback they got from USC, in the portal. And, so we'll see on Levitt, but man, they are surrounded by, they're surrounded by talent all over the place. And, Trey Green is going to be one of the best tight ends in the country. I love Eugene Wilson, who they got from the Gators at receiver. Caden Durham's a heck of a back. Harlem Berry's a good back. And look at the schedule. But I'm 6-2 with 4 swing games. I've got them losing at Ole Miss, where they're a 1.5-point underdog. I've got them losing at home to Texas, where they're a 3-point underdog. And then I've got swing games. Let's see. A&M at home, at Auburn, Alabama at home, where they're a 4-point favorite, and at Tennessee, where they're a 1.5-point favorite. I'm going to give them the Bama game at home, game at home. But I think they're going to get tripped up on one of those road trips, whether it's at Auburn or at Tennessee. And so I've got them going 9-3, and their win total is 8.5 flat. So it's a lean to the over. But again, until I know Levitt is completely healthy, I'm not going to play it.
How about Vanderbilt? Arkansas plays Vanderbilt this year. Are they going to, losing Pavia, the tight end? They can't do it again, right? Is this just a 1-year thing I guess 2 years? Are they going to reload?
Well, I mean, they're definitely not going 10-2 again, but, Jared Curtis, 5-star. Now, my concern with him is he played at like a small classification, high school level in the national area, but he is a big kid with a big arm. And the win total is 5.5, shaded to the over, -138, the under +112. They lost Trey Richardson, the receiver, to Louisville via the portal. That's a tough loss, but they got Junior Sherrill back. And look, they used a lot of 12 personnel and 2 tight end sets last year, and the other tight end, Cole Spence, is back. He had a monster game against Auburn. So they've still got one quality tight end. And then, the defense only gave up 22.8 points per game last year and only 23.4 the year before. So Buckley's done a great job on the defensive side of the ball. They've got 6 starters coming back on that defense, and I think they're going to be pretty salty on that side of the ball. I love their running back room. Cedric Alexander, he's been a starter since day one as a freshman. Coming into his senior year, he had 11 rushing touchdowns last year, also had 4 receptions. I played his anytime touchdown prop quite a bit, and that's something you want to look for because, Diego's not going to be getting any red zone touches taken away from him this year. And then I like MK Young, the backup as well. But looking at the schedule, I've got them 3-4 with 5 swing games, NC State at home being 1. I'll give them a W there. That'll make them 4-4. I'm going to say they lose at Auburn to go to 4-5. At Kentucky, I'm going to give them a win there. So that would make them 5-5. Then they get 2 weeks to prepare for Mississippi State. And then they also get Tennessee at home. So I'm going to call those 2 games a split. So I'm going to say 6-6. So I would lean over, but -138 price. Don't think I'll be playing it.
Okay. Let me know about Oregon, a national team.
Yeah. Look, they are absolutely loaded, and they do not have as difficult a schedule as Ohio State does, in my opinion. They've got an at USC game where they're favored by 5.5. I've got that as a swing game, and they're at Ohio State, where DraftKings has them +6. The only other game I was going to maybe mark as a swing game was going to be at Illinois. But I think they'll handle that one, even though Illinois has 2 weeks to prepare. Oregon, since they came in the Big Ten, when they've had to travel east, they've won outright in all 7 of those games. So I have them 10-0 with at USC and at Ohio State being the swing games, and I'm going to give them a split there. And so 11-1 is what I'm thinking. Now, normally I like to have a 1.5 game cushion if I'm going to play a win total, but it's different if the over is plus money, and it's +114 at FanDuel. So I'm going to go over 10.5 on Oregon for plus money.
Let's look at another team there in that same conference, Big Ten and current NCAA champions, Indiana, with that same over-under, according to Bet Saracen, 10.5.
Yeah, we'll see on Josh Hoover. At this point, I just kind of trust Signetti with his quarterbacks and just trust him in general. Obviously, these first 5, even 6 games, even though you got to go on the road to Rutgers and Nebraska, I think they handle those 6 pretty comfortably. Ohio State at home, which is a pick'em at DraftKings, is obviously a swing game. I'll say at Michigan's a swing game. I think they beat Minnesota. I think they beat USC at home. At Washington's the swing game, and Purdue at home. So 9-0 with 3 swing games. So they need to go 2-1 in the swing games to get over 10.5, and to repeat those swing games. Ohio State at home, at Michigan, and at Washington. I think they can go 2-1 there. I'll say 11-1, and they make the playoffs. I don't have their win total written down on my page in my Phil Steelbook. So what are the odds on on that, Joe? Are you looking at that?
Let me see. Let me go back to it.
Over is plus 100.
Okay. Yeah, I probably won't play it, but if I did, I lean over.
Okay, and then Ohio State and Penn State both are sitting at 9.5, according to Bet
Yeah,
Samson.
Ohio State's schedule is brutal. I mean, at Texas in week 2, that's either 1.5 or pick 'em, depending on FanDuel or DraftKings. At Iowa won't be easy, but I think they'll get it done there. At Indiana, like I said, pick 'em. That's a true swing game. So, look, I've got them losing at Texas, and I got them going 8-1 with the 3 swing games. In addition to at Indiana, at USC is a swing game. They're 7.5-point favorite in that one. But Ohio State gets 2 weeks to prepare for that one, whereas USC is on the East Coast playing Wisconsin the week before. And then after at USC, they got to host Oregon, where they're a 6-point favorite. So I have that as another swing game. But, so yeah, 8-1 with 3 swing games, and I'll call the 3 swing games. I will say they go 2-1 in those. So I'm thinking 10-2.
Brian Edwards with ThisVegasInsider.com. You mentioned USC a couple of times. I see USC on Bet Saracen. Their over-under totals 8.5.
Yeah, so I marked them 7-3 with 2 swing games. Got them losing to Oregon at home, which I had them losing Ohio State at home, at Indiana, and Oregon, and then the 2 swing games being Washington at home and at Penn State. And I'm going to say they'll split those. So I'm thinking 8-4, and under is minus 138, right? Yeah, so a little expensive there, so probably a pass, but I'll call it 8-4.
Let's look at Penn State. Penn State 9.5 with Bet Saracen. New coach.
Yes, and I like Matt Campbell a lot, and he's got 38 transfers, 23 of them from Iowa State. They have the number 4 transfer-specific class. I like Rocco Beck at QB, and I look at their schedule. I've got them 6-2 with 4 swing games. I've got them losing at Michigan when they are playing their 7th game in 7 weeks, and the Wolverines have 2 weeks to prepare, and DraftKings has Michigan as 6.5-point favorite in that game. So I've got them losing that one, and I have them losing at Washington, and then I have the 4 swing games being at Northwestern. Remember, they lost to Northwestern at home last year. USC at home, which is a pick'em at DraftKings, and then Minnesota at home and at Maryland. I'll give them a win against Minnesota. I'll give them a revenge win at Northwestern, and then out of at Maryland and USC at home, I'll call that a split. So 9-3, right? Oh wait, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And Michigan also has a new coach. They're over/under sitting at 8.5, according to Bet Saracen.
Major upgrade at head coach, in my opinion, for Michigan. I love Whittingham. You would think Bryce Underwood in his sophomore year would have a pretty good jump. I've got them 6-2 with 4 swing games. I've got them losing at Ohio State and at Oregon. 4 swing games being at home to Oklahoma, where they're a 2.5-point favorite. Home to Iowa, at Minnesota, and Indiana at home. I think they're going to beat Oklahoma, and that's a revenge game. So that would make them 7-2. I think they'll beat Iowa at home, 8-2. I'm going to say they get clipped at Minnesota to go at 8-3, and I think they lose at home to Indiana and go 8-4.
You like Minnesota this year?
I know they got your Arkansas quarterback who I see is getting a lot of attention from the scouts. He was pretty good last year, and I haven't really done a deep dive on Minnesota yet, but I'm scanning the schedule here. That's a big game for them and Mississippi State in week 2, and obviously advantageous to the Gophers being at home. I think they start 3-0. I think they lose at Washington. I think they win against Michigan. So that would be 4-1. I think they take care of Purdue 5-1. Iowa and at Indiana is going to be tough. I'm going to give them losses there 5-3. I'll give them a win at home to UCLA 6-3. I think they lose at Penn State 6-4. Give them a win at home to Northwestern 7-4. At Wisconsin, I'll give it to them. Yeah, maybe they can go 8-4.
Last one for you. Belichick going to do any better this year at North Carolina?
On paper, it does not look like it. At least not to me. I'm not a Billy Edwards guy. They got out of the portal to be their new quarterback. A lot of their units aren't even ranked in the top 70 of Phil Steele's national unit rankings. The win total's 4.5. I've got them 3-6 with 3 swing games. Swing games being at Duke, Louisville at home, and NC State at home, where they're a 1.5-point underdog. Yeah, they would have to go 2-1 in those 3 swing games to get to 5. And I don't know, man. And the over's a -144 price as well. I think it's going to be another long year, and wouldn't be surprised if he gets fired.
Brian, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming on a Thursday. I hope you have a great 4th.
Y'all have a happy 4th as well. Thanks, guys.
See ya. Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. We'll take a break. By the way, Spain's up 2-0. Oh, almost made it 3-0. One of the defenders was right next to the goalie and stopped the ball with his feet. That was almost a disaster. Oh, now you got the Australians fighting with each other.
Australians or Austrians?
Austrians. There's a replay of it. Yeah. Left him wide, just all by himself. Came in, centered it. Wow. We'll take a break. Oh, ratings. We'll talk about the ratings when we come back. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
It's the Hustler Summer Sizzler happening now at Cabot Outdoors. Save big this summer with up to $2,000 off select Hustler zero-turn mowers. Grab the X-Ride 60-inch and save $2,000. Enjoy 0% financing for 42 months with approved credit. Payments as low as $330 a month. And don't miss Hustler Raptor deals. Get $250 off or score a free DeWalt tool. Sale ends July 31st. Cabot Outdoors, your source for Hustler and DeWalt equipment. Get mowing today. Online at CabotOutdoors.com.
You've been putting back a few, and a few becomes a few too many. For a moment, you think of calling for a ride, but nah, you live nearby. What's the worst that could happen? You get pulled over, your insurance goes up, you lose your license, you total your car, you kill someone. The results of driving drunk are tragic. That's why law enforcement is out there looking for impaired drivers to save lives. So if you think you're okay to drive after a few drinks, think again. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by the Arkansas Highway Safety Office.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
With many convenience and grocery stores moving to mostly self-checkout these days, nowhere is it easier to shop than at your local Family Market. Because at Family Market, you're still greeted by friendly staff who provide the very best in customer service, ringing you up, bagging all your items, and making your shopping experience simple and easy, just the way it should be. And while you're enjoying that kind of service, you're saving money too. With your Family Market Rewards card, you can save inside the store and outside at the pumps as well. And be sure to take advantage of Big Mondays. That's where mid-grade gas is the price of regular and premium is the price of mid-grade. That's real savings every single week. And all of this can only be found at Family Market, serving communities in Pangburn, Malvern, Shannon Hills, Mayflower, Hot Springs, and Worcester, with a second Hot Springs location coming soon. And remember, if there's not a Family Market in your neighborhood, just look right over there. One's coming.
The Arkansas Department of Transportation reminds you there is zero tolerance for handheld devices in highway construction zones, which are hands-free by law. And always slow down when you see orange barrels. Help us keep road workers and drivers safe. We all want to get home at the end of the day. Just remember, slow down, phone down. It only takes a second to change your life or someone else's. This message from the Arkansas Department of Transportation, the Arkansas Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Looking for something unique to do in Little Rock? Head to the Museum of Discovery. Explore hands-on exhibits, try real science experiments, and meet live animals up close. Little ones will love the Small Fry Fish Camp Gallery, designed just for early learners. Catch an electrifying bipolar musical Tesla coil show or live science demonstration during your visit. And with special events happening all the time, there's always something new to experience for all ages. So plan your visit and check out upcoming events at museumofdiscovery.org.
Out of Bounds on 1037 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at TruService.net.
Wait a minute, this love started off so tender, so sweet. But now she got me smoking out the window.
All Spain in this one. They're up 3-0 now. And they're in the 90th minute. Can we call it Spain's advancing?
No, it's done.
Okay. Since they haven't given up a goal yet in the World Cup, and they got a 3-0 lead, I feel pretty good about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think Austria is making a comeback. Big Red called earlier and had a question about the ratings for the World Cup. So I started searching and pulled up some numbers, and I was kind of curious too. Now, of course, we don't have the ratings for last night's game. Got to imagine it's going to be the most watched so far.
Huge.
This is from last week. The top 10 shows, according to Nielsen. Number 1, U.S. Turkey Yay. Had 21 million viewers. Second most watched show last week was Colombia, Portugal. That had 14 million. Czechia and Mexico, 13 million. Number 3. Number 4 was Jordan and Argentina, 10 million viewers. Number 5, Uruguay and Spain, 9 million viewers. Number 6 was Norway and Senegal, 9 million viewers. Number 7, seventh most watched show last week, New Zealand and Belgium. That was 5 million. Your 8th most watched show was 60 Minutes. 9th most was America's Got Talent. And then the 10th most watched show last week was Colombia and Congo DR, 4 million viewers. So
great ratings.
They are dominating the most watched show during summer TV. I found this story this is just through the first 16 group stage matches. Fox and FS1 averaged 6.6 million viewers per game. That's up 152% from the 2022 group stage average. Part of it is, of course, it's in America, so the interest is there. And part of it, Nielsen has expanded the out-of-home viewing data, and so those numbers like watch parties and bars are included, and that's increased the total about 25% for certain games. The U.S.-Paraguay opener, 18 million. So it must have been the second game that I saw, because I saw a number. It was like 18, 21, 28 million for the 3 games that the Americans played in the group stage. Argentina and Algeria, the Messi hat trick, That had a peak audience of 10.5 million people, making it the second highest non-United States men's team group stage telecast ever. No,
It's because of Star.
Yep.
Messi. People want to see the stars.
Here's a projection. If the U.S., big if, reaches the final, Fox's analytics team predicts it could draw 50 million plus viewers, comparable to the NFL or NFC, AFC championship games.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It would be. They blow it out.
Yeah. That would be huge. Trip Keeter just walked in here. What's up, dude?
What's up? I'm taking over drive time for the day, I suppose. Randy gave me the news kind of late into yesterday's show that he's off today. So I guess it's just me and Rick, and hopefully Marcus Elliott will show up as well.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, welcome.
Kind of out of the blue. Thanks.
Yeah. Well, congratulations.
Thanks.
I've told Randy for years, you want me to step in and do drive time for you, I'll do it for you. I've listened to it since I was a young kid.
Right.
Well, for 23 years.
He likes hearing that part of it.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. So, well, hey, congratulations.
Thanks.
That'll be a lot of fun, I'm
It's
sure.
it's a loaded show, too, so hopefully I won't have to do too much talking. So we'll start, of course, with Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. Fox 16 Sports Director Courtney Mims will join us. She had to miss her segment earlier in the week because she had a big meeting that she had to attend, so she'll be joining us during the 4 o'clock hour. Trey Biddy, thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. Hogville.net's Kevin Hoop Scoop McPherson will stop by. And we'll chat with Bart Reed, thanks to Martin Orthopedics, throughout the 6 o'clock hour.
Yeah, I'm curious about. You'll have to ask McPherson. I'm sure he'll be all over it. But the Caleb Arjow, the kid who visited Saturday, the 6'10", true post player. I mean, he plays with his back to the basket a lot. I mean, he'll get down the low blocks and pivot around and move and use some angles and got a nice game. I liked watching the highlights of him. But he's visited UConn, Kentucky, BYU, Arkansas, and just waiting to hear his decision. That could be a very good addition for Arkansas.
Heard you guys talking about the Bahamas trip that the Hogs will take in a couple of weeks. That sounds like a blast.
I want to go. I want to go. All right, well, have a good show.
Thank you. Hope it is a good show.
It'll be great. Drive time's in fine hands. Joe, enjoy the 4th.
You too.
Got
this
plans?
extra day and got a nice weekend. No, going with the flow.
No, I'm kind of the same way. I have no idea what we're doing. None. And I'm fine if I'm just hanging out at the house, grilling out.
Relax.
Yeah.
Get some time to do that.
Yep. All right, well, enjoy the 4th. Be safe, everybody. We'll be back here Monday. Weekend recap. But stick around. Drive Time Sports is next.
Oaklawn is here for when you want the ultimate escape, all in one place. Check into the luxury hotel. Escape to Astral Spa, the only Forbes 4-star rated spa in Arkansas. Indulge at award-winning restaurants like the Bugler or the Oak Room and Bar, all before having the time of your life at the 24/7 smoke-free casino, where the energy goes all night. Here, excitement and luxury meet under one roof. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hawks Homes has custom-built manufactured homes under $100 per square foot. They have hundreds of floor plans available to fit your family's needs. Homes start as low as $39,995. They can finance your new home together with land so you can have one easy payment. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 bedrooms available for immediate delivery. You can view their inventory online at hawkshomes.net. Let their family help